Experience tranquility.
Good evening, Tranquility community. Welcome to the season 4 season 4 playoffs. I am Ski Free Yeti. Joining me tonight on analysis, we have Vol. Welcome, Vol.
Thank you, Ski Free. Very happy to be here. Very excited to get the first playoff match of the season.
It's going to be a lot of fun. We bring you some wild card Harmony tier action. The 7th seed Fighting Potatoes taking on the 10th seed Karma. Lots of hype behind these two teams coming in. Let's talk first about the Fighting Potatoes. What do you think? Fighting Potatoes coming in here.
Yeah, Fighting Potatoes, one of the long-standing teams here in Tranquility. Had a very strong up and down season, but I think they're really strong coming into the playoffs here. They had a really good second pool, and they really, I think, finally started coming together as a team compared to what we saw in the first half of the season.
Yeah, Fighting Potatoes definitely been in the season Tranquility community now for 4 seasons. This is their first time tasting some playoff success, so we will see if it's going to be a one and done for the Tater Squad. But Karma also comes in here. Karma, a season 3 veteran team. What do you think here about Karma?
Yeah, Karma, very much the underdog tonight. I don't know if anybody went into the prediction poll channel, but a lot of favoritism towards the Potatoes. Some people even have the Potatoes in the finals this year. So
I don't know what you're talking about. I feel like you're implying something.
But Karma just made a couple roster additions, mainly Truth, as we see in the starting lineup here. Mm-hmm. So we haven't had a chance to see them with this lineup yet. So hopefully they got some new strategies for us.
Yeah, I think that tonight the key for the game is probably going to be Takanom versus Euphoria. I think Takanom coming in has been on an amazing climb this season as a tank player, and we're looking at also, he's climbed almost to Masters this season, which is a crazy run for him. Has really been improving throughout the season. It's going to be Takanom versus Euphoria. Euphoria hasn't seen the same SR improvement, but it's kind of been a spiritual leader behind the Fighting Potatoes. Right now, it looks like, unfortunately, somebody is having a bit of technical issues for Karma here. No. So we are currently waiting on that to get fixed here. But we will we'll get back to that in just a couple moments here. Anything else regarding any of the players on each team? Who's the player, in your opinion, on the Potatoes to watch out for?
Oh, on the Potatoes, I think it has to be Race FPV. For those of you, has just made some stellar plays on the DPS this season. It's absolutely fun to watch. We'll definitely be getting some POV views from him tonight, I think. And just this, it's so much fun to watch him play sometimes.
It's definitely going to be exciting. It looks like Kuchikopi just had an internet drop. He's on the way back. You look at Karma, obviously Truth and Taki are big plays. Let's talk about Kuchikopi comes in this season. Last season, he joined Undead Battery, a finalist last season in the Harmony tier. He joined as a 1700 off-tank player. And yet, throughout the entirety of the season, was just consistent, I guess is the best way to put it. He always performed at a very, very strong level, especially considering the fact that he was a silver player. And he's climbed up a little bit since then, and he's still just a very impactful player. Definitely one of the, I think, I talked about how Euphoria is kind of a emotional, spiritual leader of the Potatoes. I think Kuchi is definitely kind of the same type of leader for Karma. But now it looks like both teams are ready, so we are off now to Busan to kick this one off here. What do you think of Busan? What's your feelings on this map?
I think it's going to be really, really exciting. However, with maps like Downtown and Sanctuary, I think some of the pocket strats might be a little missing because, as you said, here, Wrecking Ball, kind of a favorite. Some people, you connect to that drum in the middle, you spin around. banned this week, along with McCree, Widowmaker, and Mercy. So some of these fun strategies that some teams have, we're not going to be able to see this week.
Yeah, so yeah, again, those bans: Wrecking Ball, Widowmaker, McCree, and Mercy. And a lot of people say McCree, no McCree Widow. It's gonna be a far time, but no Mercy. So it's certainly interesting to see what teams come out with here. You know, I expect we'll probably see a little bit of Echo. You know, Echo now live for the first time in the Tranquility community this week, and it does look like, oh no, Immortal does switch off of Echo. Unfortunate. You hate to see that. I was hoping to see some of it for the first time.
Yeah, but this is something that I have seen in a lot of scrims this week from teams, is this Reaper coming out to play. With McCree and Widow being banned, you're seeing a lot more close-knit brawling type of comps, so you want those shotgun blasts right to the face.
All right, here we go. We are off on map 1 here of this wild card match between the Fighting Potatoes and Karma. Fighting Potatoes head straight to the drum in the center with the Karma taking shelter underneath the pagoda. Both teams trading. A Maywall comes out from Race, keeping Karma briefly at bay. Hakanam is getting the shocking going on the Fighting Potatoes right now. Both teams trading blows with each other. Kuchikopi does get frozen, but no capitalization from Fighting Potatoes on that. Maywall goes out again from Race FPV, not finding anything, and Sneaky Kittens takes the first fall here. Trolls with that damage orb takes her down. Big source of healing down for Fighting Potatoes. Takanab, though, brought low by Euphoria and taken down. Saradog does take Solitary Bird out of mech. And it does look like, yeah, oh, the Potatoes actually get the first take here, but it should be a quick answer back from Karma. Yes, Karma is taking down the Potatoes right now, and they will take this point.
Yeah, Potatoes did a good job of initially capping that point, but the dive coming out from Karma just proved to be too strong, and I like that. They knew that they didn't have to get the point right away. They set up their dive, they looked for the opening, they waited until they found it, and they got that opening kill and were able to snowball it from there.
Karma right now looking to be good shape. They have 3 ults with a 4th coming up here with Kuchi's self-destruct. We do see Fighting Potatoes will answer with a sound barrier from the core. Fighting Potatoes now looking for a chat opportunity in the pagoda. We see the ult come out from both supports, Trolls and core. Lots of damage right now coming in from Karma. Here comes the ult from Saradog. Tons of damage pouring in, and Fighting Potatoes will fall here. Actually, they are putting a little bit of pressure onto the point now. They will not turn this around. Karma does take them down.
Yeah, a big old ult fest we saw there. I think there was 7, 8 ultimates used in that fight. But as we saw from the side of Karma, typically whoever is the aggressive team in that scenario will come out on top.
Yes, Karma did an excellent job there. The aggression from Takanam on that Winston was a deciding factor. Every team burned all their support ults. Karma will have the support. Oh,
Euphoria?
Euphoria, I think fat fingered his ult there. Unfortunate. You hate to see that. He's applying pressure right now and pushing in. Healthflare drops low. Maywall comes out, and they manage to demat Kuchikopi. That's a big force now down for Karma, and there goes Takanam as well. Fighting Potatoes should be able to slowly but surely whittle this one down. Euphoria is very low, however. And Immortal is taken down by Truth, and a bit of aggressive play there from Immortal does not pay off, and Karma looks to be turning this one around. Lack of target focus hurting the Potatoes real bad there.
Yeah, lack of target focus and lack of ultimates, as we unfortunately saw Euphoria shatter. Such a big ultimate lost there going into that fight.
Unclear as to what exactly happened there. An unfortunate situation. They got 4% to get back to the point. We see Immortal going in on the Reaper. He will get the touch. He's going to pop his ult.
Big bash.
Just trying to make it happen. But yes, Halvar does answer with a great shield bash. But he is taken down by Immortal, so there is a source of healing down for the Karma. And Solitary Bird does find Trolls, so Karma has no healers right now, but yet they're continuing to apply pressure. They do force the sound barrier out from the Fighting Potatoes, and Euphoria is taken down by Saradog. Karma right now is continuing to try to draw this fight out and look for picks, but I feel like they just need to reset here. They have a huge advantage.
Yeah, you typically want to reset in that. Don't let this capture percentage tick up even faster than it needs to. But one of the things that I'm liking out of Fighting Potatoes here is it seems like they're always pressuring the fight. Even in the early fights that they lost, they're always applying pressure to the point. They're always making Karma kind of fight the fight on the Potatoes' terms.
Which is good. They definitely need to do that. It's a good way to answer a dive, is try to keep the fight in a centralized point where they can brawl with you. We see Takanam again diving in deep, going after those healers, not finding anything yet. We see the ult come out from Takanam, trying to apply as much pressure as he can to Euphoria. Euphoria taken down by Saradog. Truth does find Race as well. Karma is in complete control right now as Sneaky Kittens falls. The ult comes out from Immortal, trying to find a way to turn this around, but he does not get any value from it as his perfect DM from Kuchikopi. Saradog finds Core and Solitary Bird as well, and just too much pressure from Karma throughout here, and it looks like they have this one on lockdown, and they've... Oh, but the touch does come in, actually. Last moment here, it looks like from Race FPV. He is able to get on. He's looking for any opportunity to get a pick, but he can't find anything. Euphoria is taken down by Takanom. Here comes the ult from Sneaky Kittens, trying to find a way to turn it around, but just so much presence on the point right now from Karma. The beat drop comes in from Core. Potato's not giving up on this yet. Immortal now in on the Doomfist, but he is dropped instantly without getting any sort of kills or value off that. And just so much pressure. The rain of damage from Karma, just too much.
A very impressive dive coming out on the side of Karma, and they were doing some sneaky little strats that I really like seeing. I want to give a huge shout out to Trolls and Halvar on the supports there, because when Takanom was diving into that backline, usually not a good thing. You don't want to leave your supports like that, but they're giving him an armor pack kind of midair from the Brigitte, so when he lands, he's got that 50 extra armor, and then Trolls is throwing in a healing orb and doing their best to get around the enemy shields to get that healing spray in there, and they're constantly feeding him armor packs. So not only is he getting extra healing, armor, for those of you who may not know, also does reduce incoming damage by, I think, 3 damage per shot or something like that, but every little bit matters.
Every little bit does matter indeed. So it was a significant presence there on that Brigitte. And Potatoes, I think, just need to bring a little bit more target focus to this one, because I think Takanom kind of got away with murder on that Winston there.
Definitely did.
Team's jockeying around on the high ground here on the on the mecha base. Truth finds a first kill on a Sneaky Kittens. Potatoes a little too spread out, and Core is taken down as well. Looks like Karma is going to get this first take. Immortal looking for a pick, does find Saradog. So it's not necessarily over yet. Bird is demeched, however. They actually trade demechs from the D.Va, but just too much damage, too much presence here from Karma, and not enough damage coming out from Fighting Potatoes.
Yeah, and this was one of my big questions for Karma, actually, after watching that opening map where they tried to dive, is how would they handle the confined space of Mecha Base? And it looks like their brawl is just as good as their dive. They're able to coordinate their ability usage and really keep those tanks alive like they were on the dive.
And we see a great wall come out from Race FPV there. The charge comes in onto Takanom against the wall. They're applying tons of pressure to him, but they can't take him down. Meteor Strike coming out from Immortal, looking for opportunities. Comes right down the back line of the team, but Euphoria is taken down with the after an Earth Shatter, a missed Earth Shatter opportunity there. And look at the Karma just sweeping through the Potatoes right now.
Euphoria has had 2 shatters this map, and one of them was a fat finger, and the other got canceled. That can be tough. That can really affect a player's mental, going in like, what do I have to do just to get the shatter off?
Absolutely. It's a rough situation here. Potatoes taking a different line now. Like this idea, they need to switch it up. It wasn't working before. Race does get a wall off, not able to get much value. Now he is just in deep, deep trouble. He's right in the middle of the damage that is coming in from Karma. But the Potatoes do flip the point in the interim. Great punch from Immortal on Truth, forcing no value from that Death Blossom. Takanom dropped as well. He dropped himself. Yet they're running. Immortal does not let Kuchi take his own life, though. Good job from the Fighting Potatoes. They're great point presence.
Yeah, good job from the Potatoes. Forcing point there, keeping the rest of the team at bay and forcing point. But excellent job on Karma, resetting very quickly. They're not letting this percentage cap, kind of like they did on the first map.
Going to be looking for a big May wall here from Race FPV. Here comes the D.Va Bomb in from Solitary Bird. Finds Halvard, a great D.Va Bomb. Euphoria takes down Takanom, who was walled off from his team. Fighting Potatoes look to be answering back here, ticking up now to 40%.
Yeah, and again, very, very early aggression there. Only needed 2 ultimates, only needed the D.Va Bomb and the Coalescence, so we're going to have... quick math here, 9 ultimates from both sides going into this fight. So for those of you who are a fan of particle effects, get ready.
Oh, great wall from Race FPV, cuts off half of Karma. Immortal finds Truth immediately. Here comes the Meteor Strike, and followed up by the Shatter there. Great play from Karma, or from Fighting Potatoes, but they're not able to find the kills yet with these ults. But here comes Immortal looking for those punches after the amazing Blizzard from Race FPV. Euphoria takes down Takanom, and it does look like the Potatoes are going to continue to be able to hold off. They're getting up to 75% now.
Yeah, I was a little bit worried at the start of that fight. It was an excellent Maywall, but Trolls was able to get through and keep Takenam alive on that Reinhardt using the Coalescence. So I figured, Wall's going to go down and they're just going to be able to rush in. But excellent sustainability on the side of Potatoes.
Ult economy greatly favors Karma here. Here comes the Blizzard from Seradag and the Shatter! A thunderous Earth Shatter from Takenam takes down all of the Potatoes. And the Potatoes do relent at this time, but they do get into one fight territory.
Yes, big shatter there, but unfortunately they invested Blizzard as well. I know you can't really expect to get huge shatters like that all the time, so you do these combo ultimates, but you would have liked to hold on to that going into what could be the final fight here.
Fighting Potatoes now trying to find opportunity. Immortal dives in deep, looking for the punch kill, cannot find anything. Kuchikopi comes in with the ult, finds the core. And Immortal does take down Truth again in the middle of Truth's ultimate. That's the second time in a row that Immortal has found him. Immortal right now looking to pop off on that Doomfist. Sneaky Kittens pops the Coalescence. Dueling Coalescence here. The laser beams are rolling across Mecha Base right now. The D.Va Bomb comes in from Solitary Bird. Finds nothing, but Immortal finds another kill with a punch. Actually, it does find Kuchikopi on the D-Mech. Fighting Potatoes are in control right now. Kuchikopi is dropped. Halvar taken down as well. The healer's dropping right now for Karma, but Truth does take down Immortal, who's gotten a ton of value so far on that Doomfist. A little bit of an opportunity here for Karma to come back in. Oh, but the Blizzard from Race FPV is exactly what they needed to close out this point. Seradag finds two. Excellent play there. It's certainly not over yet. Right, Karma is still fighting for this point. Kuchikopi does get taken down as well. And it looks like Karma is at disadvantage right now, but they are continuing to trade. They are not giving up on this point just yet. Halvar looking for some sort of value, but here comes Immortal on that Doomfist, finding three. Immortal coming up big for the Fighting Potatoes right now. Meteor Strike comes in, not finding anything yet. Seradag and Immortal dueling Doomfists on the point. Seradag is taken down by Immortal, who just popped off that map.
Wow, huge ups to Immortal there. And I loved the switch onto the Doomfist, much more high impact. Was able to disrupt the strong kind of death bally comp that we saw on the side of Karma there, and I really kind of hope he stays on to it on this much more open map of downtown here.
We moved out of downtown, much more open map. This plays kind of into Takenam's Winston that we saw being so successful, but at the same time it plays into the Doomfist play from Immortal. So I feel like it could go either way here. And now we see Truth coming out on the Genji, who I thought was a hero that didn't exist anymore.
Yeah. But yeah, Immortal coming out on this Doomfist, it looks like, and with McCree banned, there's no flashbang, fan the hammer, cheese to really deal with him quickly, and really the only way to deal with it is probably another Doomfist, but as we saw, Immortal took the 1v1 against Seradag and came out on top.
We see Doomfist come out again. Karma taking the long way around. Potatoes going right to the point as well. Potatoes hold the point presence initially. We do see Karma again on this dive that worked, this kind of quasi dive that worked very well for them before. Takenam very low, but not taken down. Euphoria already halfway to that Earth Shatter, and it looks like first point. Here comes Karma now on the dive, looking for opportunities, looking for any angles they can get, trying to get in on those healers. But Potatoes are playing tightly knit. Very hard for the Karma to get in right now. But Immortal goes deep, very low, and he's taken down. Karma almost taken, or Potatoes almost, and they have taken the point actually. Great charge from Euphoria to claim point presence, and they've actually forced out some ultimates. Both sides ulting now, and the Earth Shatter from Euphoria finds two for Karma, but they're big, valuable targets in the D.Va and the Moira, pardon me, but Seradag finding tons of kills right now for Karma. Tree's just trading like crazy right now. No team giving up, and Court invested. Big beat drop, maybe I don't know, it might have been in vain here because Karma is swarming the point right now. That was a very interesting fight, but it's not over yet. Fighting Potatoes were trying to draw that out a little bit further. Race does have his ice block still up, so he can get out, but wow, what a fight.
Yeah, excellent job of getting it up to 30%, but yeah, just like that first map, Karma not afraid to give up initial control, looking for that perfect dive opening, and it looks like they found it there, and I would love to see them stay on this comp for the rest of this map because I feel like this is such a strong composition for them.
Oh, we see the ult come out from Takenam, who's just applying so much pressure right now, but he's frozen out and taken down by Immortal and Race. The D.Va Bomb comes in from Kuchikopi, does not find any targets. Karma is going to be without a main tank for this one. Here comes, an Earth Shatter from Euphoria again. We see Blizzard invested as well from Race FPV, investing several ults into this is the Fighting Potatoes, but it should be exactly what the doctor ordered to get back this point. But Karma at 50, just about 50%.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think that's what the second or third ultimate we've seen out of or second or third death blossom we've seen out of Seradoc that has been interrupted by somebody.
Then Euphoria may have started off rough on those shatters, but he seems to be finding them now.
Definitely found his groove.
Definitely found his groove a little bit here. Karma did reset their hero pool pretty significantly, which is a tough decision to make. They should be able to run up some ults here before the very end of the map. Solitary Bird right now the only one with an ult here with that Diva Bomb, and he does invest it. It could have big value here, and it does find Halvar. Solitary Bird picking up a high value target there. The Karma is Fighting Potatoes applying tons of aggression here, maybe a little foolishly into that Coalescence with Truth finding Immortal. Euphoria goes diving into the backline. He tries to shatter, but he does get blocked out just barely by Takanon with a great block. Karma is answering the call right now, taking the point, and it looks like Fighting Potatoes will get it with about 80%.
Yeah, Truth getting a little bit more value out of the result from Seradoc. And I wanted to commend Seradoc because it can be tough sometimes, maybe swallowing the ego a little bit, saying, okay, you take the hero, I'm having an off day or whatever. And they came in, lost the first person in that fight, but a huge Coalescence from Trolls. And Trolls is already back up to 80% after using Coalescence in that fight.
Coalescence, a huge value ultimate, and he got a ton of it. With Halvar going down early, it made it a lot easier for them to get that Coalescence up quickly. We see the ult coming in. Takanom finds multiple targets with that shatter, but Immortal in the back line of Karma takes down 3. Sneaky Kittens finds Seradoc as well, and the Fighting Potatoes look to turn this back around and take it away from Karma, who was in a really good position there with that great Earth Shatter from Takanom.
Yeah, we flip-flop the point once again, and I love the combination there out from Fighting Potatoes. The beat into the Death Blossom, making sure that Immortal has enough health, has that extra shield to stay alive throughout the entirety of the ultimate to get the value out.
No, Takanom goes down early. It's going to be tough now and Truth gets another ultimate canceled. Kuchikopi does find Core. That's a great value target. So there is opportunities here. The Blizzard is on the point, zoning off Kuchikopi from his whole team. He does manage to stay alive, and here comes an answering Blizzard from Seradoc. The Earth Shatter from Euphoria, though, looks to seal the map for the Fighting Potatoes. So much damage coming in now, answering the call from that one. Takanom comes in back in on the Winston, takes down Immortal, and here comes the Coalescence from Sneaky Kittens, focusing tons of damage onto Truth. Takanom looks to come in for the last-minute touch, but he cannot, and the Potatoes take the first map.
The redemption arc is complete for Euphoria Shatters. Started off with a bit of a struggle, as we mentioned, and then a huge shatter to close out and secure that point at the end there.
Great play from both teams, though. If this is any indication, we are going to have a heck of a competitive match here. And honestly, the MVP of this map for me, Immortal, had an excellent map here on DPS.
Yeah, from the Doomfist to the Reaper, just absolutely dominant, in your face, really disrupting the side of Karma there, and they just couldn't deal with it because one of the things the dive relies on, really heavily coordinated attacks. Doomfist and Reaper can really just end that in a heartbeat. Doomfist can displace you, punch you out of it, give you that insta-kill. Same thing with Reaper. Reaper can get 2 shotguns to the face, Wraith out, now you're down a person, and he's away scot-free.
I've been really impressed so far with the play from Trolls on Karma, though. Definitely playing really well on that Moira. Looks to be in prime position right now to continue on. But we are right now looking to get maps and subs in from both teams. What do you think Karma has to do here to kind of answer the call here and come back against Potatoes?
I would like to see them commit to that dive composition that we saw at the beginning of Downtown and on Busan. I feel like Fighting Potatoes is definitely weaker at the dive, and that's why they're sticking to this more brawly kind of composition. So maybe take it to a much more open map. Mm-hmm. Something with a high skybox, lots of angles to attack from. So that way that you force them to they can't be in that death ball because there's just too many angles for them to have to cover. So that's how I think Karma can turn it around, because this is a lot closer of a match than I think people were giving credit to for Karma. I think a lot of people thought Potatoes were going to take this in a very quick and easy 4-0. So I'm loving the grit that they're showing.
Yeah, Karma is certainly no slouch. They definitely are going to be a team to watch here, no question. But moving forward here, it's we do see some subs coming in for Fighting Potatoes. Karma is running a roster of 6 tonight, but Fighting Potatoes are bringing in Shepvik for Sneaky Kittens, and we also see a player who's had a lot of talk this season, and that is Death Knot coming in
Is that
for the
the
Potatoes.
Death Knot?
That is the Death Knot. I heard that people call him that. I've heard that maybe his team has made fun of him by calling him that. What do you think Death Knot brings to the team? As a DPS player, that is it kind of makes him stand out from the crowd.
Oh man, he's got so many different things that he can play. He actually, I was in a game with him probably about a week and a half ago on Ilios, and dude ran Genji on us. When's the last time you've seen a Genji at all in Overwatch? And
Right?
just decimated our team on it. So maybe they're bringing him in to possibly bolster their dive defense against Karma, who
Mhm.
probably saw that they had success on the dive there. So, if I'm their coach, I'm thinking, okay, hey, we had a strong dive. Let's try and push this dive. Potatoes probably looking to counter that with Death Knot coming in here.
We'll see if Potatoes are able to answer the call. We move to Hanamura as our 2CP map for this assault map today. Reminder, this is a 1st to 4 rotation here. So we have in map order control, assault, hybrid, escort. Then we go control, hybrid, escort, and if necessary, we do as many controls as we need to. So that's
Did
where
somebody
that
say 9 maps?
Did somebody say 9 maps? I mean, it's distinct. It is possible in theory. Yes, it could be even more than that. We could theoretically go to a map 10 with this currently set up, which means that my voice will be gone. So
I don't want to be here.
So the assault maps, the assault maps of choice were Hanamura, Horizon, Lunar Colony, and Temple of Anubis. So Karma does choose the best map of the 3 with Hanamura, which I have a feeling a lot of teams are going to pick.
Yeah, I'm a bit surprised by the pick though.
You are? You expected to see maybe Horizon because of the dive?
I expected Horizon. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Horizon is a great dive
But
map, but you also have to
people
keep in
just
mind
don't like
it's also a great map for hit scans, and having no hit scan for that map, or having no hit scans basically available, kind of feels a little bit weird.
Ash is available.
Ash, come on.
And Torp Turret is available. Torp Turret.
That's true. Torp Turret is the best hit scan. You're absolutely right.
100% accuracy.
We see Karma coming out on defense first, so Fighting Potatoes will start off on offense. They look to be going with that Symmetra teleport strategy that was so prominent on this map, while Karma looks to be running that May dive. We'll see if Potatoes are able to get onto the point quickly.
Yeah, May can kind of, counter the shot. They see it. Oh yeah, they're gonna pull back.
Yep, they're pulling right back to the point here. We'll see if. Oh, and Takanam finds Death Knot. That's an unlucky situation there. Oh, and the grenade goes right down on the Potatoes, and it's just going to be so much damage and no healing to back it up. Potatoes are going to have to back out right away. It looks like they're just maybe trying to charge some ults or something there, but they just fall quickly.
Yeah, and you're probably going to see some swaps. Yeah, they're already coming in. But great scouting on the side of Karma, quickly seeing that, knowing what to do. That just gives a huge shout out to their coaching and their scrim time, knowing, okay, this is coming out, this is where we go, this is what we do.
All right, Fighting Potatoes taking the new approach now, going with a May of their own. We'll see if they can avoid that May wall. They do look to wall themselves in here. It looks like Euphoria does get in. We do see a couple players walled off for the Potatoes here. Solitary Bird is frozen out. Euphoria with the Earth Shatter. My goodness, a thunderous Earth Shatter. Takanam does find Shepvik, so a healing source is gone as Takanam is going crazy with that nano boost from Niana. Teams right now training and with attackers advantage on spawn. That does favor the Potatoes a little bit here, but Takanam is doing so much damage right now on that Reinhardt. He's already almost built up another Earth Shatter.
Wow. But again, also Trolls already had an nano boost, already used it, and 50% back. He's keeping up with Reinhardt on Ana in terms of ult.
A rough situation for Solitary Bird there, who did get staggered out for his team. Multiple ults now for Karma, very little in the form of ultimates for the Fighting Potatoes, so they will need to they'll need to come in here and try to find a way to overcome the sound barrier and the blizzard, which is going to be very rough.
Yeah, and Karma has the you don't get to do anything button here with the Blizzard. Freeze the entire team, nobody gets to play.
Immortal walls the way in for the team. They go through the room on the right side here. The Blizzard comes out. Oh, the beat is dropped by Core, which is going to keep the team up for just a little bit, but not long enough. Core is taken down as well as Euphoria. The ult is also invested by Shepvik, but they're just going to, unfortunately, it looks like they're going to be wasting them here. So tons of damage coming out from Karma. And Takenom hangs onto that Earth Shatter Truth as well with the Death Blossom. There's so much ult advantage right now for Karma.
Yeah, their ult economy is fantastic. Only investing 2 ultimates into that fight. But again, I will say an excellent job. Trolls hitting a 4-man nade while that Blizzard was going on.
Great Dragon from Death Knot splits the entirety of Karma. And we see the Blizzard come out. Several players drop very low. The bomb comes out from Kuchikopi, or Solitary Bird. That was Kuchikopi. Finds nothing, or finds just Solitary Bird. Truth with a Death Blossom, Nano Blossom play there. Great play from Karma, and just short of a single tick is Potatoes. They're not going to get that tick, and that's unlucky there.
Yeah, a Nano Blossom Shatter combo. Now, I will say that was quite the heavy investment. Even Kuchikopi using the bomb, I believe, to remech in that fight. So now the ult economy has heavily shifted, and I do believe Potatoes should take the point on this fight.
They should be able to do that. We'll see if they can find a way to do it. Immortal got a big punch in onto Reinhardt, but he's not able to find anything. Several players on Karma are very low. The Earthshatter comes out from Euphoria. They did take down Truth as a result. Several players on Karma are extremely low right now. The Biotic Grenade catches Core, but nothing else. Ryan's trade charges there. Both Ryan's on the ground. Kuchikopi will be demeched. Solitary Bird is an Icicle, but he will be alive through that. Here comes the Diva Bomb and the Blizzard actually as well. But Immortal finding massive value on the Doomfist yet again. Takenom decides to go for a ride with his fellow Reinhardt brother. But the Fighting Potatoes take it in overtime.
Yeah, we kind of saw that one coming, but now the ult economy is a bit more even out. In fact, probably favored in Karma there, but Immortal back on this Doomfist, back on this hero that he had so much success on the first map. So
absolutely, seems to be something that they're having a hard time countering right now. If you're Karma, so let's see if the Potatoes continue to ride that great Doomfist play from Immortal.
Excellent positioning by Trolls here. If you see this, he's in this back right from defending, back left from attacking corner. They're gonna have to commit on him.
Oh, but look at this. Dude, Immortal saw that, and he's going after Trolls right now, but Trolls does get the nano boost onto Takenom. Takenom putting a lot of damage right now into the front line, but here comes the Dragon Strike from Death Knot, who takes down Kuchikopi, and the Diva Bomb from Kuchikopi finds 3. Great play from Kuchi. Euphoria looks to find a way to salvage this point, but he is a dead man walking.
The Martyr Bomb from Kuchikopi holding on to the point for them. But yeah, like I was saying, Trolls in this back corner over here, they have to commit on him if they want to take him out. Otherwise, he's going to free fire onto that high ground. And they recognize that very quickly, and they saw that. But the high ground was able to collapse behind them and really kind of even out the fight. And I think that's what they're going for here. They're forcing Potatoes to commit to something that they just can't win.
Exactly. It's always tough to take this map in general. Second point Hanamura is a really tough point to it from an attacking perspective. We see Immortal now going after that Ana. He recognized the opening again and he took it, but he does fall for it. So perhaps a little bit too much aggression. It's a big aggressive play. I don't necessarily love the trade, especially with spawn advantage so heavily in defense.
Yeah, you take that trade on defense, knowing that now their biggest threat is out of the way for an Ana who's going to be back in 10 seconds.
Agreed. I don't think that was the right play there from the Potatoes, and it looks like they recognize it. They're making an immediate. Looks like they're just immediately resetting here, which is the right move to make.
Yeah, very good mental games coming out of both teams tonight. They're very well organized. Big shout out to all of their coaches, who's ever working with them. These teams are very, very organized in that they know not to commit into unwinnable fights.
Potatoes right now trying again that high ground area. The ults are coming out from both sides. That Blizzard is going to be a very tough ultimate to overcome with no support ultimates for Fighting Potatoes. But the Earth Shatter does find multiple targets. We see the Death Blossom. Oh, and the Shatter from Karma. But we see a Dragon Strike from Death Knot as well. Teams trading ultimates right now. We are down to 30 seconds left here, but Euphoria is dropped by Truth. It's just too much right now for the Potatoes. Karma does continue to hold the point.
Yeah, excellent commitment there. They saw that they were moving over to that high ground and just committed on them. And that's something that we pointed out on the first map was typically in this kind of scenario, the teams that are aggressive, especially at this elo, teams aren't necessarily sure how to deal with aggression. They panic a little bit more, you know. So if you can be the aggressive team, if you can dictate terms of the fight, you're gonna win probably 8 out of 10 times.
Potatoes forced to go main here. We see a meteor strike off from Immortal on the Trolls again. Here comes the Diva Bomb from Solitary Bird finding Truth. Euphoria is dropped for the Potatoes, so they are without a main tank right now. But yet the Potatoes do seem to have the advantage in the fight. They find Seradog and take them down. Kuchikopi is drawing out the point, trying to prevent that tick from the Potatoes. Potatoes haven't taken down Kuchi yet, and now they are down. Potatoes right now ticking up once. There goes Core taking down Trolls as well. Here comes the Coalescence from Shepvik. Truth is taken down as well. Potatoes seem to be thriving in OT yet again, but Seradog does find a kill on the Core, so it's not over yet. Karma scratching and crawling, trying to get back into this. Kuchikopi tries to get on the point. He does have that Diva Bomb. He does not find anything, however. Kuchikopi is still back in the mech. It's not over yet. Karma's trying to find a way to salvage this thing at 97%, and the Dragon Strike from Death Knot splits again. Karma, the lamp, is taken down as well. They are finding kills. Immortal and Shepvik have been taken down, so it is not over by any means. And the Earth Shatter doesn't find anything for Euphoria.
Oh no!
I don't know if that was a C9. It's tough to say. Takenam was.
They were forced off.
I think it was a force off. I don't think it was a C9, but just get your C9s in chat. We know, guys. Get the C9s out.
Let's hear them.
We need to see C9s. But
yeah, I'm with you. I think that's more of a force than.
Great defense, though. Great defense from Karma.
Oh, excellent. Take him to OT on both points. Very, very strong. So if they can cap here, and because there's no time left, if they cap with more than a minute, then the worst they can do is a draw. And given how strong their defense was and how quick their rotations were and how some of their set plays were on that second point, I feel like they've practiced this map quite a bit, and I'm interested to see the attack that they come out with. And I know it's subject change. We still got 35 seconds here, but they might be coming out on this Symmetric Strike as well. But partnering it with a double shield instead of the Diva that we saw from Potatoes. Very
interesting. The double shield play here. It's not something we expected to see a whole lot of, but I guess it could in theory work. I personally feel like running a Sigma Ryan is a little bit better in this meta, but you know, what do I know? I'm just some black guy. So
I mean, you typically do see Sigma in the double shield composition just because he offers shield, eat, and poke. You kind of can do everything with him.
But I do.
Ryan, you're just sitting there with a shield.
I do like Orisa with the Symmetra.
Oh yes,
that I do like a little bit. So, but look at the Potatoes. They know the Sim's coming. They're already back.
Oh, but they're gonna go to high ground instead.
It's a smart play there from Karma because they saw that the point was completely covered. They're gonna rotate around to the high ground here. We see Immortal goes deep into the back line and can't find anything. Right now,
Immortal on a trip to Narnia there.
Team's trading a little bit. The turrets are taken down from the Symmetra, which is a very important thing, but Truth is grinding up that damage percentage right now as a max percentage. Halvar finds Shepvik in an early kill that's going to be tough for the Potatoes to answer. Their main healer down. And yet, Takenam finds 2 with that charge, and Death Knot does answer with a kill, but Immortal finds Truth as well. Can Immortal find a way to claw this one back? I would be stunned. No, he cannot.
No, unfortunate there. But yeah, as soon as they got that first kill, as soon as Shepvik went down, that was the go button. You saw Takenam charge in, get 2 for 1 on the charge, and from that point on, it was simply a numbers game. Immortal, Death Knot doing their best, getting some revenge kills, getting.
Did Truth invest the wall there?
He did.
I didn't see that at all.
I'm really surprised they're staying on the Symmetra.
I'm really surprised they're staying on the Sim. Looks like they're going to do the long rotation around. They're going to go over to the far side of the point with the Sim rotation. They're currently waiting for teleporter. So,
and that wait time kind of telegraphs what they're doing. So
and
I like this movement.
Death Knot, it looks like Immortal was wise to their tricks and was heading over. And now, they're making. It looks like they're going to head back over again. They're
so long though.
It's so much time wasted here. I mean, granted, they have all the time in the world, but I mean, that was almost 30 seconds basically wasted there. We see a ton of pressure as they push in through this choke. Fighting Potatoes fighting back here. Lots of damage being traded out from both teams. The rally comes out from the core. The Earth Shatter finds Kuchikopi. Core is taken extremely low, but not down, and Karma is being slowly dismantled by the Fighting Potatoes in this fight. Lots of damage coming off from Truth. Oh, and a Meteor Strike from Immortal. Maybe a little foolhardy on that, because they're surrendering a lot of ult advantage now.
Yeah, that's quite the heavy investment. 3 ultimates there, especially that one, like you said, from Immortal, when the fight was already won. But huge shout out to Euphoria getting a shatter against Double Shield. Let's just everybody give a little golf clap to him for that.
That's very hard to do. That's very hard to do.
Yeah. Double shield and a possible fortify Orisa. So
Karma is in a situation where they can press Q and win here.
Oh.
Here comes the Sim Wall. The Diva Bomb comes out. It's going to be potentially a big one. Cannot find anything though. Karma does look to have their first tick, and Death Knot. Oh, Death Knot not able to get any value from that Blossom. We see the sound barrier come out, and Saradog blowing everyone up with that Death Blossom. Karma is in complete control now. The team kill, it's all over for the Potatoes. They won't be able to get back to point.
Takinam got both DPS with that shatter. Took out Death Knot and Immortal. And while the former was in the middle of a Death Blossom as well. Absolutely massive value. And now they have 4 minutes. All they need is 1 tick.
We see the value immediately of that really great first point hold from Karma. Yeah. You know, that basically was the difference in the time here. You know, it's also the difference that will prevent the Potatoes from being able to win this map. Still could be a draw. Still definitely not over. So we'll see how the Potatoes decide to answer the call here, if they try to change it up or if they continue to rock this brawl that they've been successful on so far this season. They do go brawl, it looks like here. Karma will be answering with the Sim again.
Yeah, I would like to see a little bit of a change-up here on the side. Maybe something, because you know you're going to have to defend the point. You know that since they had huge success, that they're going to go back to the well, bring out that Symmetra again. You know, so maybe counter with your own Symmetra. Maybe bring in a Torbjorn, actually.
I would actually really like to see a Doomfist, because the Doomfist doesn't care about your shields, you know. Like I just feel like the Doomfist would be a great play here. But
I would also like to see an Ana when that teleporter goes in. You throw an anti-nade onto the teleport, and you just get huge value.
Exactly, I completely agree. Karma, I mean, honestly, I have questions on both teams' comps because I feel like with 4 minutes, you don't need to rely on a quick cheeky teleport. You know, you can play the brawl, you can play the long fight, you know. The teleport strat kind of tries to work once, and then if it doesn't, you know. But then again, Karma did answer the call last time and did a great job taking point 2 when they didn't have the Sim Wall up. So, see the same strategy from Karma again. They're taking the rotation to high ground. The main wall comes out from Immortal, who's trying to get some freezes in. Takenom dives in. Oh, big from Immortal, or from Takenom taking down Immortal. Karma now in control of the situation. We'll see if the Potatoes are able to bounce back. The barrier is down for Takenom here, so lots of damage that is being completely unmitigated. We see the Coalescence come out from Trolls, who's been grinding those Coalescences like crazy, and the Potatoes are falling like it's... The Potatoes are falling so quickly here, it's like the Karma has gone on keto. No more carbs for them, and the Potatoes just fall here on Hanamura. It's all over but the crying for them.
Yeah, an excellent discipline there on the side of Karma. They got that opening pick, but they didn't just, WM1 into the enemy team, especially with the Doomfist, or not the Doomfist, with the Reaper still alive. That's how, that's how you get killed. That's how you lose those numerical advantage fights. They took a slow, kind of methodical push, slowly walking them down. And here we're going to see the huge Mana Blossom from Truth.
We are tied 1-1 here after map 2. And it looks like we have, and as a reminder, this is 1st to 4, so halftime now moves till after map 3. So there is no halftime yet. Halftime's after map 3. So we will get to that here next, but we have Potatoes now on the map pick, and we go to the hybrid maps. Taking a look at the map pool here, you have 3 choices: Blizzard World, Eichenwald, or King's Row. Where do you expect them to go?
I got a little cheat sheet here, and looking at my hybrid stats, it looks like Potatoes was 4-2-2 on the map type, whereas Karma was 2-5. So this map type will heavily favor, statistically, the Potatoes, and I would like to see them, again, looking at the stats here, go to Hollywood. I don't know if that's in the playoff.
It's not, unfortunately, no. Yeah. It is Blizzard World, Eichenwald, and King's Row are the options here.
then I would have to say probably Eichenwald, because even though that can lead a little bit of dive, I feel like there's just enough coverage and it's just, close enough to where they're not going to get the full value. They can still run the Doom Fist on the side of potatoes. So Karma may want to take it to see, because Eichenwald works for them, because like it is just open enough to maybe run a dive. So
Yeah,
I think we go to Eichenwald.
And you know what? And you have to keep in mind, if this goes to a map 6, we will see another hybrid map. So, taking Eichenwald early, maybe not the worst choice in the world. And we did see them have success on a more open map like Hollywood. So, it's certainly possible that this could work into their advantage here. So we will see what happens with these teams. Checking now, see the teams are readied up for this one. We moved to map 3, tied 1-1 between your 10th seed Karma and your 7th seed Fighting Potatoes here in this 1-4 matchup.
Yeah, 1-1 on our way to a map 7, if not more, for tonight. So everybody get ready. I hope you got your popcorn. Hope you got whatever you're drinking tonight. And we're ready for a flat-out brawl here, because it looks like both these teams came to play.
Absolutely. Karma did a great job answering back after that first map going to Potatoes' direction. Honestly, just kind of a dominating performance from Karma. So we'll see how the Potatoes answer back here. It's going to be tough. If they play like they did in that map there on Hanamura, it might be a long night for the Spuds. But we will see here. We're waiting right now for Karma. Looks like they are about to finish up here. Any additional thoughts here regarding what Potatoes need to do? How can they answer back?
Well, it looks like they are going to answer back, putting in the roster that we saw on the first map. Sneaky Kitten and Race FPV coming back in. So we might see some of the strats that we saw on map 1. I, for one, am hoping on this type of map, Eichenwald, as we said, I hope we see an Echo, because I feel like you can run her on this map to great effect, and you don't have to worry about being taken out of the skies by the Kree or the Widowmaker. And one of the strats that we were talking about beforehand tonight, before this cast got started, is you can kind of treat Echo like you did Tracer a couple weeks ago, where people were playing Brigitte with her. She doesn't necessarily need that Mercy Pocket, who is banned. So you can kind of send her an armor pack, give her an armor pack as she makes her way in, like we saw Karma doing on map 1. Winston, feed her that armor pack, let her dive, and let her just assassinate somebody.
Yeah, we haven't seen an Echo yet at all tonight, and I don't know if maybe the teams haven't really had an opportunity to scrim her too much and get familiarized with her kit. She's definitely a unique champion that requires a pretty high level of skill to use effectively. She's very easy to feed on.
Oh, very much so. Doesn't really have any sustainability, doesn't really have an escape tool outside of her fly or whatever the ability is called. But you typically want to use that, not necessarily to engage, but more as a mobility mid-fight.
Agreed. Fighting Potatoes now going to be on attack first. We see kind of similar mirror comps coming out from both sides. Really no difference across the board. Actually, there is no difference across the board. Potatoes rotate around Bell Tower. I like the rotation here early on. Teams trading blows right now, looking for opportunities. And Truth takes the first opportunity, taking down Sneaky Kittens. A great May wall, but Euphoria is dropped mid-charge by Sarah Dog. Potatoes are going to have to reset here quickly.
Yeah, definitely had to reset quickly, although May wall almost traps them in. They just barely escape with their lives, and just very, very fortunate for them. Yeah.
Great play there from Karma. That initial first pick from Truth on a Sneaky Kitten, setting that one up. Takanam already 75% to an ult. And again, we've talked about it before. Trolls almost to that coalescence.
Yeah, doubling Sneaky Kitten.
Oh, and Truth again with an early pick on the Hanzo right now. It's tough to... I mean, it's rough. It's demoralizing when that kind of thing happens.
Yeah, and the thing about that, especially with the Hanzo, it's a one-shot headshot kill, so you can't even, it's not like the healers, the supports are getting any value out of healing up while it's happening and then he dies. They're not getting any extra ult charge as well.
We see the rotation again from the Fighting Potatoes looking for opportunities. The Maywall comes out. We see Race in a tough position there, stuck inside the bell tower. He's forced to use his ice block. Team is going to be able to defend right now. That coalescence coming out from Trolls, not finding a whole ton of value with it right now. Earth Shatter is up for Takenam, and Death Knot is dropped by Kuchikopi. The Earth Shatter is blocked. And Kuchikopi does take, or again, Kuchikopi takes down Death Knot, and the Earth Shatter from Euphoria doesn't find anything. Coalescence is now invested from Sneaky Kittens. The Diva Bomb comes out and is canceled out by the sound barrier from the core. Solitary Bird finds Sarah Dog, so it does look like the Potatoes should be able to hold off here, but Takenam is back. Euphoria goes charging into Takenam here, and he's dropped for his aggression. Here comes the Blizzard from Race FPV, and it's a great one, finding multiple targets. Oh, but here comes the Dragon Strike and the Coalescence from Karma. My goodness, they are able to get this one back in their favor.
So I'm not gonna lie, I don't have much analysis. That is what we in the business like to call a clown fiesta. A little bit there towards the end.
I mean, it's rough. Like you hate to see that if you're a Potatoes fan.
Yeah, that's a very long fight. That bled off a minute and a half, minute and 45 seconds, to where they're only gonna have one real push now. Even if they die here, they'll get a second.
It depends on how long the second one lasts. They do have ults coming in though, so we'll see where this one goes. The Dragon Strike comes in, does cut off Karma. The bomb goes out, but it's not a great bomb. Way too far in, and Truth again finds Death Knot. Karma just doing an excellent job right now, winning these fights so quickly. The target focus is outstanding.
And if you're Karma, you kind of want to stall things out here. Don't let that freeze the Diva, charge her back. Don't let her jump off. Do what you can. True.
I mean, hey, you know what? It's honestly long enough. It's one fight territory now. You know, and it's a tough situation for the Potatoes. They do come back here with 2 ults, but Karma's going to be able to answer with 3 of their own, including a Diva Bomb. That said, the Earth Shatter is in for Euphoria. Euphoria is going to be looking for a big one here. We see the Dragon Strike invested right away, splitting off Euphoria. So Euphoria is in a tough spot here. Diva Bomb now coming in from Kuchikopi, needs to do it to remech. Euphoria is dropped by Helvar. He got split from his team again. Karma right now in control of the situation, but Race finds Truth. That's a huge kill for Potatoes here. Sound Barrier comes out for Karma as they freeze off Solitary Bird, and Takenam swinging that hammer through the entirety of the Potatoes, who are falling one by one. Sound Barrier comes out from the core to try to draw it out. Oh, another Earth Shatter from Takenam, and Karma is in complete control of the situation here, and they will hold here strong on point A. Oh, a little trickle in here from Race.
Yeah, that just goes to show the strength of the ult economy, though, on the side of armor that we saw, on this map. Never really overinvested.
Nope, not at all. The early picks from Truth came in so handy on those initial fights, and you could just see the lack of target focus from the Potatoes was just killing them that fight.
Yeah, nothing really ends a fight quicker than one of your players just disappearing, getting absolutely deleted. And Hanzo, with Widowmaker out, Hanzo and Doomfist are the only 2 characters really capable of just bye. You don't get to play for the next 10 seconds. So
it's certainly still it's still winnable for the Potatoes. They are not out of this one, but it is going to take a monumental hold. If anything we've seen so far on these control point maps is any indication, Karma is in very, very strong position right now.
Yeah, and if it's anything like Hanamura, they'll have some strat here. We are seeing an early Symmetra out of them, but speaking of strats, do you see what I see on the side of the Fighting Potatoes?
I do, and that appears to be a Beat Boot Bastion, everybody, coming in. Honestly, you know what? I don't hate it. I really don't, because if I'm being realistic with you,
have to do something.
You have to try something, maybe try to get in the heads of Karma a little bit here, try something a little bit different that they just might not be expecting.
Yeah, and like we said on Hanamura, we wanted them to change up knowing that first defense really didn't work too well, and they have a double shield with the Bastion as well, so they're gonna have to commit, and they're gonna have to commit hard if they want to take this Bastion out.
Exactly. They are rocking the Symmetra, though, so once a Sim Wall comes up, it'll be a lot harder for the Bastion to see a lot of value. So we'll see how the Potatoes do answer here. We see the Sim Teleport come in right away, and the Potatoes are caught a little bit off guard. Race on that Bastion is going to be charged out right away by Takenam. Unfortunate positioning error by the Potatoes, and Karma's they're just rolling over them right now.
Just a slow rotation from the side of Race there, and that was it. Got caught out by the charge.
That's all it took, was just one poor rotation, and it was over. Karma dominant here on Eichenwald.
Yeah, Karma looking to play Bracket Buster here, the 10th seed, if I'm reading this correctly, coming out and just absolutely decimating everybody's favorite potatoes.
Absolutely. Dominant performance here, 2 maps straight. It's going to take a little bit of a mental reset here. We are going to go to halftime now, and we'll see if the potatoes can answer back. We got about 10 minutes. We'll be gone for that, and we will return with Karma up 2-1 at halftime.
Epic. Impeccable.
And welcome back after halftime. Karma sitting up 2-1 as a 10 seed. Karma over Potatoes 2-1 right now. I am Ski Free Yeti, joined here by Vol Nilo or Nilo. I'm probably mispronouncing that, and I should have asked you beforehand, and I am sorry about that.
Everyone mispronounces it. Don't worry.
Before we move forward, huge shout out to our producer tonight. He is your commissioner of the Tranquility community. That is Cavalier on production tonight, doing a fantastic job as always. But let's focus on the match now. We have Karma up 2-1 against the Fighting Potatoes. What has worked best for Karma so far?
I think without a doubt, what has worked best is very simply the support pairing that we're seeing on the side of Karma from Trolls and Halvar. And I think that's also due to the fact that Karma only has 6 players on the roster, so they get to have that time together. But Trolls right now, his ult charge rate or whatever you want to call it, he is building ults at an unbelievable pace this entire match.
Fighting Potatoes, they're coming in 2-1. Now, they are moving to an Escort map, and specifically Route 66. Now, Escort has been a very strong map type for the Potatoes this season.
Yeah, we're looking at 6-2 over the regular season. Now, to be fair, they were 3-0 on Havana, which is not in the pool, but still, just the map type alone suggests that they are very, very strong. That this is a map type that favors their playstyle.
And what do you think Fighting Potatoes need to do the rest of the way to help spin this one back? You know, Karma took the two maps relatively quickly in Eichenwald and Hanamura. So what do you think they need to do here?
I think they need to find a way for their supports to enable their tank line a little bit better. And it looks like they're already doing that. They're switching up the support line a little bit. Core is coming out, so now it's going to be Sneaky Kitten and Shepvik in at the same time. Because right now, the tank line is a fairly even fight. Both tanks are getting, both the main tanks are getting some huge shatters. Both the off tanks are having great peel and great support. But if they can enable that tank line just a little bit more, I think they can apply the pressure that they were able to on Busan and really take control of this match again.
Now, as a reminder, this is a 1-4, so even if Karma does win this map, it will not be over yet if you're a Potatoes fan. However, we are in a situation here. Honestly, map 4 is a critical map. Being tied 2-2 versus being down 3-1, it's a completely different mindset.
Oh yeah, and being on your elimination match, possibly 3 maps in a row, puts such a strain on your mental that you're disoriented at that point. You've been stressed out for so long that it's just not a very good thing. Whereas, like you said, 2-2, big difference. Now, hey, we win the next map. Now we're on match point.
Mm-hmm. So huge mental play here, from both teams. We see Race coming out on a Pharah, which is very unexpected here. This Pharah will not be supported at all. He will have to be playing on his own, which I don't know if I like this at all. Especially look at the healer comp.
You have no Zenyatta to give him an orb, no Brigitte to possibly give him an arm pack, and of course Mercy's banned. So you can't have her hanging out up there.
I have so many questions about this choice, but the Potatoes nonetheless are going to roll out with this naked Pharah, trying to see if they can get some value. And honestly, the comp is not a great comp to answer a Pharah, but it's usually a supported Pharah. And Pharah already took a shot. Now he has to go back to his team. So it's going to be tough.
You at this point, if you're Karma, I think you just focus on the ground battle and you just push into him as a 6v5 essentially.
You see lots of damage still coming in from Race. Many players on Karma extremely low, but Potatoes not able to capitalize. Karma quickly pulling back behind the backside of gas station, but Death Knot finds Truth. An early crucial pick here for the Fighting Potatoes as Death Knot's able to get on top of the gas station. He is challenged by Kuchikopi, who is brought very low and has to pull back. But Trolls getting that ult so quickly again is enabling Takanam to get so much value. And here comes the Earth Shatter. Does not find anything. Great block from Euphoria. We see the push coming in, and here comes the Dragon Strike from Death Knot. Brings several players on Karma very low. Euphoria finishes off Saradog, and Karma right now is struggling to keep their players up. So many very, very low. So many ults now for the Fighting Potatoes up as well. They're in prime position here to take point A.
Yeah, at this point, you either need to die in the cart or get out. But quick swap from Truth after seeing this composition when he died. instantly locks the legs, and now there should be quite a bit more pressure onto Race FPV.
Trolls maybe trolling a little too much there, sitting behind the cart, just hiding, hoping to not go seen. But it does buy enough time for players on Karma to be able to get the high ground on top of the bar here on second point, which getting that high ground is very critical. And we look, Immortal's pushed so far forward right now.
Yeah, wow, he's all
very
over
aggressive.
him.
He's very aggressive.
And that's the Immortals swapping. Oh, we didn't even talk about it. Immortals going over to the off tank right now.
This is a play that Potatoes have done throughout the season. They do bring Immortal in occasionally, especially when Zarya is the play that they're going with here. He does play a lot of Zarya for the team. Race brought very low, has to peel back and go grab a health pack. Karma right now does get the wall onto Euphoria, who is now being pressured by Troll's Coalescence as well. Halvar is taken down by Race, but Truth has switched over to the Ashe. A great play there from Truth, taking down the unsupported Pharah. And Karma does manage to slowly but surely whittle down the Potatoes. Both healers still up for the Potatoes. Are they? Okay, they are going to reset here. Sneaky Kittens does the right thing there. Just took him a little longer than maybe necessary to do that. We'll see. Race is going to stay on the Pharah. I'm assuming he's just trying to get the barrage off at this point.
Yeah, but at this point, you have to use this fight. Even if you die without getting off, you have to swap after this fight because it's just not going to work.
Right. The Pharah is going to have a tough time finding any value here, but we do see Potatoes taking a new angle here, probably the right angle. Euphoria pushing very aggressively into the front line, takes down Takanom with that aggression, and here comes the grab and the so many ults from the Fighting Potatoes. We've seen a grab dragon, but how to a grab dragon barrage? Lots of ults from Potatoes there, and still Karma's able to answer a little bit here, and Karma will answer with a Bob, which is going to put a lot of pressure onto Euphoria here. So Euphoria is going to sit there with the shield. It's going to force the cart to slow down. Bob is charged outside of there, but Euphoria does leave his team slightly unsupported for a second. Here comes the Coalescence again from Trolls. Sound Barrier comes out from Shepvik. Great Barrier is going to be able to, but the Earth Shatter from Takanom takes down several players for Fighting Potatoes. Here comes the Diva Bomb, finds Shepvik as well. Fighting Potatoes now without healers, and the Echo has come in from Race FPV, but the Potatoes answering back without healers. Death Knot finds 3 on his signature Hanzo, and he does take down Karma here as they're going to be able to push this cart all the way to point 2.
Yeah, very, very excellent comeback there. I thought the Bob was going to change the fight. Even without getting kills, he was able to stall the cart enough for the rest of Karma to get back, and I thought they were going to be able to aggress back onto them with the shatter, but a big block by Euphoria. Even though some of his teammates did get shattered, he was able to stay up, keep that shield up.
Immortal so far ahead of his team. It's that Doomfist aggression just punishing him, and he's taken down quickly. Tough situation there for Immortal, but he does have his Blossom up, or I'm sorry, he does have his Graviton Surge up now.
So used to seeing him on that hero.
Yeah, so used to see. I should have said Meteor Strike, honestly. Death Knot dropped by Trolls. Potatoes reset quickly.
Yeah, but we've been talking about on a big ult advantage now. They have 4 up, gonna get the Echo duplicate in the middle of the fight, but that's gonna be the big question. Who do you copy? And I would like to see him probably copy either Tacky or Trolls, get a big quick shatter or big coalescence.
Very big situation here. We see the grab come in. Here comes the dragon to follow, but Kuchi eats the dragon. Kuchikopi makes the play he needs to make, but Euphoria does take down Takanom. No front line now for Karma. Teams trading kills left and right. With Death Knot and Immortal falling for the Potatoes. Trolls taken down though. Both healers now down for Karma. They are peeling back to reset here. The Potatoes are going to get a little bit of cart progress. And we see the duplicate come out.
They want to keep this fight going.
He's going with the Mei. Very bold play here from Race FPV, and he's taken out of that duplicate right away. Don't know if that was the play there. I feel like that was just too aggressive.
Yeah, we'll call that questionable. We won't condemn him for it, but
no, we're not going to condemn anyone today. But Euphoria and Takanom both with Earth Shatters. We'll see who finds value with it, and Takanom finds the value first. But the Sound Barrier answering back from Shepvik, and Euphoria answers with his own thunderous Earth Shatter. Immortal finds the triple off that Euphoria's incredible shatter that collapsed Karma. Big plays from both the tanks on Fighting Potatoes. They push the cart. They should be able to take this darn near to the entrance, or darn near the exit here. Here comes the Blizzard. It's slightly off the point here. Karma is going to be able to find Shepvik here. It looks like Euphoria does take down Truth. The Diva Bomb comes out and takes down multiple potatoes there, but Euphoria still swinging that hammer away on the point, but he will be taken down. Karma just barely holds on 1.7 or 1.97 meters from the point.
Yeah, Euphoria, though, already back to 90% after hitting that big boy Shatter there. So they're going to have a nice set of ultimates coming in here. They're going to have Shatter. They're going to have Dragon Strike. They're going to have the Duplicate. And Immortal should be able to build up another Graviton Surge in that fight. So they're going to have 5 ultimates to Shatter and a Coalescence.
Shatter and a Coalescence here. Look at the Earth Shatter. We have 4 ults versus 2. Now 5 ults. Immortal should be able to get that up. Coalescence is coming out from both teams. Kuchikopi already D-Max.
Stereo Shatters.
Earth Shatters. Oh my goodness, from both tanks. Here comes her. And we see the Earth Shatter again from Race as well. Race doing a great job on that Echo. Euphoria finds the May. And here comes the Dragon Strike from Death Knot looking to close out the point. Death Knot does get taken down by Truth, but there's not much left here for Karma. Trolls trying to draw it out as long as possible. Euphoria swinging that hammer through Karma right now. Looking right now to get the Diva off the point. 1.26 meters to go. Takanom comes in. Karma able to get some reinforcements back on the point. Everybody's full health. Not a lot of damage coming out from the potatoes now, but they're finding some kills now, it looks like. And Karma is being whittled down, trying to bring it to OT. Can they bring it to OT? They can, but just barely. And Fighting Potatoes with the full pull on Route 66.
Yes, but an excellent stall out from Karma. Not as big an effect as we see on like 2CP maps or hybrid maps where they're not going to get to push. And if they cap, Potatoes will still get to have their turn to push, but it minimizes the amount of time they have. They'll have at most a minute to push as long as Karma can cap. But we saw the strength out of Fighting Potatoes. This is their map type. This is where they win. This is what they do. They love escort. They're very, very strong at it, and especially those first 2 points, they kind of just breeze through.
Definitely. Great work there from the Fighting Potatoes in general, taking this one. They needed that. They needed a full pull there.
Really
just
did.
to get the mental game reset, Like,
that could be such. If they would have gotten held there at the very end after almost just walking through the rest of the map, that can just crush you.
And we see Race coming in on that Echo again. I like the Echo. A lot of people just don't know how to counterplay her right now. So bringing in an Echo, I feel like it's just a good play, especially, no offense to Harmony Tier, but especially at this level. I just feel like the counter,
difficult to deal with,
especially with the counterplay very much gone with McCree out of the meta. It's tough.
The only thing that I disagree with is this healer composition. I would like to see something that can at least assist Race on this,
Maybe a
Probably
Brigida.
Probably
Yeah.
the Brigida.
Because the rest of the comp can work fine with a Brigida. So I feel like a Brigida would do
I
wonders.
just don't know if they have a hero or have a player that's comfortable on the hero.
That's true. That's true.
what?
That very easily could be the case here. Karma looks to be taking the high ground. Potatoes relenting a bit, giving a lot of space here as the damage comes in. Truth taking the high ground away from Death Knot, and Takanom finds the kill onto Death Knot. Potatoes are engaging here. Euphoria dropped extremely low and taken down. Shepvik does find Saradog, but here comes the damage from Karma. Karma pouring in lots and lots of damage. They find Race and Sneaky inside the gas station. There's not a whole lot left here for the Potatoes. Immortal is going to get some time on the point. Actually, he's going to permit a reset here. That was actually a great little delay from Immortal. It's going to buy plenty of time for the Potatoes.
Oh, we need a pause, it looks like.
And we got a pause. Pause and play here.
But yeah, a very, very strong opening showing on the side of Karma there. Did an excellent job recognizing that their win condition was just, okay, we have to just very, very strongly push into these guys. The Truth on the Reaper teleported up top, got Death Knot off the high ground on that Hanzo, and at that point, it was just go. Hit the go button, push into him.
Yeah, so let's kind of go back a little bit here while we are... while we are dealing with Halvar's internet appears to have gone. That's actually pretty rough because I believe he was close to a sound barrier, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, wasn't very far off, and that is
right. He could have been.
Very unfortunate.
I'm going over to the stream on delay now to see, but
yeah,
it's still in the loading phase in there. So it's definitely let's talk a little bit about at halftime. We actually did a poll of the of people watching the stream, and the stream viewers picked 7-5. They picked Potatoes are going to come back here and take down Karma. Are you surprised to hear that?
Am I surprised to hear it? No, because I know how near and dear the Fighting Potatoes is to everybody's hearts, especially in Harmony tier. Everybody really loves the Potatoes. Everybody really wants them to win after being in the community for so long. It's kind of like I'm not saying there's bad ads, but it's kind of like the Shanghai Dragon. Everybody just wanted them to win. Everybody just cheers for them. They're everybody's darlings. And when they finally got that first win, it was huge. When then they got the stage 4 final win, people went nuts. People were absolutely going crazy. And I know if they win the finals this year, the Discord, you're gonna have to freeze the Discord because it's gonna blow up.
It's definitely and here comes Halvar back into the game here. Glad he could come back. Karma does not have a sub to fill that role, so.
Okay, we were wrong. He was only at 27%.
Oh, wow. I figured he was higher than that. Okay. Still a reset on the ult percentage, and he's going to have to come back from spawn. So, it does leave a small window for the Potatoes if we're talking purely strategy-wise here to try to come in when they have one healer. But we will see how they do here as Halvar is loading into the game. And it looks like Halvar and the Karma are ready. Potatoes are ready as well. And we will get this thing going again.
The good thing is that he's on Lucio, so he's going to get back to the fight very, very fast. But that fight is about to happen, so he needs to get on his horse and get there very, very.
Mm-hmm. And he will get back fairly quickly riding that Lucio. He's almost already back to the team. Race pouring in damage from on high. So
and there he is.
And there he is. So he is able to get in quickly. Potatoes are going to begin. We see the wall come out, not finding anything. We see the Coalescence come out from Trolls. Shatter comes out. Oh, but Takenam is immediately responded to with a charge by Euphoria, but the damage too much from Karma, pouring in so much from Trolls and Truth and Saradog, and Karma will take point A.
Yeah, and again, Trolls. We've been saying it all match. Trolls, these insanely fast ultimates, no matter what character he's on, he builds ults so quickly, and they're just able to be so aggressive on it. They're like, hey, we have ults, they don't. We're hitting Q. Let's go right now.
Yeah, that aggression from Trolls has been a big enabler for Takenam and Kuchikopi to get tons of value. We see right now they only got one on the cart, so they're getting a slow push in, but they have claimed the corner, so Potatoes right now trying to get a little bit of high ground advantage here. Race coming in on the high ground here. We do see 5 ults for the Fighting Potatoes here, so a clear favorite situation. Immortal's going to be looking for that grab dragon, you would have to imagine, trying to find an opportunity. There's the grab, comes out. It's going to be big, and he finds Takenam, which is honestly enough. If you're looking at the pure aggression coming out, we see a diva choice from Race at PV. So many ults coming out from Fighting Potatoes here. And we see Race getting a diva bomb there. He's going around looking for more targets. He wants to lob in another self-destruct, guys. He's going to try to get it here, but he's going to have to back out very wisely so with that diva about to end.
Yeah, I'm not sure the duplicate was necessary, especially after the charged dragon grab. And that was actually really nice from Euphoria. They had the grab. You can kind of keep 1 or 2 people up in the grab if you're really pumping. Hey, here's an extra 300 damage just flat on top of that.
It's going to come down to Euphoria's Earthshatter here. Going to be trying to find a way to stall this thing out. He has an opportunity. He does not take the Earthshatter onto the Coalescencing Moira. So much damage from Karma, but Euphoria answers with a charge onto Truth. Race is dropped by Kuchi. The barrier is down for Taken now, and the shatter from Euphoria answered beat, and the bomb comes in from Kuchikopi, but he can't find anybody. Euphoria, so much aggression right now into Karma, and Potatoes are going to hold off here on the corner.
5-man fatty shatty. That was an alpha.
As a tank player, that is just so satisfying. It's hard to beat the satisfaction of like a 5 or 6 man Earth Shatter.
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen that for both tanks though all night tonight. The tank battle has not disappointed.
That was very, very nice to see.
Race FPV is all the way behind Karma right now. He's playing a very aggressive angle, but look at the ult advantage right now. Oh, and here comes the Death Blossom from Truth. Now we see Race at PV behind. He does switch, and he goes onto the Mei again. Look at all the damage from Fighting Potatoes. They're answering back. Race set that one up with all the damage onto the back line. He diverted the focus, and now just tons of frontline pressure from Fighting Potatoes. They're able to answer this one.
Yeah, and a free Blizzard at the end definitely gets him off. But yeah, I thought that fight was 2 opening picks. You don't usually come back for that, but as you said, Race able to get behind them, get some damage done early into that fight, and then they were finally able to finish them off. A couple swings from Euphoria, a focus beam from Race coming at the end there. But it looks like they're going to try this high ground push again, but they have Grab Dragon on the side of Potatoes here.
It's tough. They're going to be Immortal going to be looking for an opportunity to get that grab out. We see the Blizzard coming out. Finds
that's not where you wanted
not the Blizzard you want to see if you're a Karma fan. The damage pouring in right now. No ults invested from the Potatoes or Karma, and honestly, it doesn't look like. I mean, other than that Blizzard, it looks like none of them are needed, and Karma or Potatoes just wins a clean fight.
Yeah, and these last few kills are being staggered out here. Kuchikori, go! You got to go to the coast, my friend.
Oh, and unlucky for Kuchikopi there, drawn out about another 10 seconds. It's almost one fight territory here for Karma. It's a rough situation. Race putting in so much poke damage from afar here on that Echo. Race has been doing a fantastic job on this Echo so far.
And they might get a second fight out of this actually because the death is going to come in from this Grav Dragon here if they hit it like they have been all map.
Truth forces Race off the high ground, but Race is able to get back down to his team. The grab comes out. Here comes the Dragon to follow. The Dragon just a little low, so he's not able to get great value from it, but the Shatter comes out from Takanom, finds nothing as Euphoria with another great block, and the Coalescence from Sneaky Kitten. Sneaky Kitten's finding multiple kills there. The captain of the Fighting Potatoes, and Race finds 2 with those sticky bombs. Potatoes now putting the Karma on the ropes.
Yeah, and I kind of like this from Race. Poking out there a little bit, getting some chip damage in before this last fight even starts, and getting that ultimate up so he can get that duplicate in.
Oh, Race playing very aggressively here. He goes to the Reinhardt, and he's going to die right away. He gets taken down.
Huge shatter!
Euphoria with a massive Earth Shatter, just what the doctor ordered. Here comes the ult from Truth. Doesn't find anything, and Death Knot finds him instead with an arrow, and Karma is falling. Potatoes find all the kills they need to get, and they're going to take Route 66 and even this match up 2-2.
And like we said, Potatoes really needed to win this match, and just an absolute dominant performance, showing why this is their top map type. Just very well done. Very good coordination from Immortal and Death Knot there on the Zarya and the Hanzo. And then just absolute... From both main tanks, actually, from Euphoria and Takanom. Massive shatters from both sides. Oh my goodness, that was such fun to fight. But that last shatter, putting 5 people on their backs right before they could touch point, just really, really solidifying the win there.
So Fighting Potatoes answered back with a map win here on Route 66. We go now to Control, which is a map type that they have shown a preference to. Here for map 5, it's going to be one of 2 choices here if we're looking at the map pools. We have on that one, as I scroll to the map pool, nobody's ignoring that, just delaying for time. Ilios and Nepal. Again, Control for both teams. How's those records looking on that one, Vol?
Let's see, you said Ilios and Nepal, so we will pull this up. Nepal, it looks like... Oh, that would actually favor Karma. They were 2-1 this season, whereas the Potatoes were 0-1.
Right. So
I think they'll take it there. Ilios, not a lot of success on the other maps, shall we say?
No, that's fair. So it looks like we are going to go to Nepal. Karma with, again, that 2-1 record on Nepal. Definitely a preferred map for them, it seems. Crazy questions coming out in chat here as we're getting the map set up. Nepal is an interesting map, though. What do you think about this one here for both teams? What do you think? Who do you think it favors?
Well, I definitely think something like Village will favor the Fighting Potatoes, as we saw in like Mecha Bay. They're really into that scrappy, brawly kind of type. Then on something like Shrine, more outdoor, a little bit more open. Would probably favor Karma, and then Sanctum might actually favor Potatoes because they could bring out the Hanzo again. And as you saw, Death Knot, that's one of his top heroes.
Mhm.
So I feel like if they go there, that would favor them.
All right, so we are a couple changes coming in here for the Potatoes. Karma selected Nepal, and we see the Potatoes answer with substitutes, bringing back in Immortal for Death Knot, and Shepvik is taking a seat for the core as well. We are now moving to Nepal, and both teams have readied up. Here we go.
All right, yeah, and I think a big one is going to be which map comes out first, and it is going to be Sanctum. We will probably see some people searching for Mandata's Gold down there as core, and Halvar will be looking for those boops, and we will probably see some Orisa action tonight, getting those halts.
We might see a little bit of it. We've seen Karma show that Orisa before. This map is always so interesting because there's so many different ways you can play it. You can play kind of a stationary poke comp and use the pit, or you can play kind of a divey, aggressive boop comp and play right on the point, force them to have to engage poorly onto you. There's so many ways you can play this one. And this is a critical map. We talked about map 4 being critical. Map 5, winner takes this thing to match point. So this one is big for both teams.
And it looks like we are going to see a clash of those styles. We have a more dive-centric coming out of the Potatoes, whereas we see that poke composition on Karma. Big surprise, though, no Torbjorns from either team. This is usually a map where you can see him on, but I know not a lot of people play the Swedish Dwarf, so...
Not a whole lot,
we are going to see Truth on that soldier to get that.
The soldier comes out, I'm guessing, trying to answer Race FPV on that Echo. The wall comes out onto Euphoria, brings him very low. Solitary Bird is demeched for the first, unofficial kill, I should say, of this map. Euphoria being put under a great deal of pressure here with the Mei freezing him out as well. Tons of damage going in on the Fighting Potatoes. They haven't been able to heal up from it, and Karma looks to be in a situation where they will have control here. Immortal trying to find a way to turn this one around. He has not as of yet, and he has taken down. Karma has taken the point.
Yeah, and Truth was able to get over to that right-hand side, the columns, the pillars, whatever you want to, and uncontested firing into the sides of Euphoria and Solitary Bird, just doing massive amounts of damage. As we can see, he's already 92% to ultimate. So he was definitely doing a lot of damage in that fight.
Takanam has his ultimate here. Truth as well. Sneaky Kittens will be able to answer with a Coalescence. However, currently a small ult advantage in the favor of Karma. Here comes the Coalescence and the Visor, but it is canceled out immediately by Immortal on that Doomfist. Kuchikopi stuns out Race FPV with the rock, so he's taken down. Takanam finds Solitary Bird with the DMEC, but is dropped in return by Bird himself. The charge comes out from Euphoria as they look to start pressuring out the point. Maywall in from Saradog, but not finding anything. And Immortal on that Doomfist, finding so many kills.
Yeah, Immortal, this is such a big hero for him. He is high impact, high disruption, can get kills, can, mess with your composition, and just...
Look at the ult advantage now, in the favor of the Potatoes by a lot.
A lot is an understatement.
A significant ult advantage for the Fighting Potatoes here. It comes down to Saradog's Blizzard. If they can get value from that, it's still a good situation. We see 4 ultimates here, and he pops Lucio?
That had to have been a misclick.
That had to have been a misclick here from Race FPV. He's taken out of his ultimate. Oh, there's Shatter from Euphoria. So much damage comes out. The Lamp is invested by Trolls, but it's just not enough to keep his team up. And Immortal on that Doomfist going deep into near Karma's spawn, trying to find a way to finish off Halvar. He does not, and a little bit of restraint at the very end.
Yeah, the first time we've seen restraint from him all map on that Doomfist, actually. He has not been restrained when it comes to just straight up murdering the side of Karma.
Absolutely. So Karma right now, that Doomfist has been so critical, but Karma's going to be able to answer now. They have 5 ults of their own. Potato's going to try to draw this thing out to last fight, you would have to imagine. They do have ults. They could answer this here. Coalescence comes out right away from Sneaky Kittens, trying to put some pressure on Takanam, whose shield is down. Oh, but the Blizzard and the Blizzard comes out from Saradog. All the damage from Karma coming in. Oh no, Truth. I don't know about that one. Investing that visor there. They dumped 4 alts into that. And honestly, if you're the Potatoes, seeing 4 alts go there, I think you're kind of okay.
You're happy.
Yeah, you're kind of okay with that.
Knowing that you got 3, almost 3.5.
If you win this fight quickly, you're in very good position here. So I don't think the Potatoes hate the situation they're in right now. They'll have a Diva Bomb, and they'll definitely have a Meteor Strike by the start of this fight here, and maybe a duplicate from Race as well. Maybe he'll hit something besides the Lucio.
We can only hope so. I would actually like to see him maybe copy Truth.
Oh, the Diva Bomb comes out from Solitary Bird, not able to get anything, breaks a couple shields, but look at all the pressure that got put onto Karma. Trolls and Truth are taken down. The Core finds 2, taking down Kuchikopi as well. Euphoria is dropped. Oh, and the Earth Shatters are traded by the Reinhardts there. Takanam does get dropped, however. Look at all the pressure onto the point here, and Karma does eventually have to relent, and a late kill onto Saradog is going to put Karma on the ropes.
Yeah, very late kill, but there should be enough time for at least 5 of them, 4 or 5 of them to get the point.
Oh, Race FPV getting a little too deep, and he pays the price. Questionable play there for Race. Alts are heavily in favor of Karma here. Core is very deep right now. He's not able to, not taken down, however. Euphoria dropped very low as well. Tons of pressure coming out. Immortal is taken down. No DPS now for Fighting Potatoes. There's Shatter from Euphoria. Finds 2. And the boop from Euphoria as well. Euphoria takes down 3 on his own. Race FPV finds 2 as well. And Euphoria put Potatoes on his back, much like he has done much of this season. And he holds Sanctum in the favor of the Fighting Potatoes.
That was absolutely huge. Gets the 2 environmental kills, although I think it was probably a boop from Core and then he swung on them.
That's true. I think it was.
I don't, to my knowledge, Ryan doesn't have a boop. If he does, that's terrifying. But yeah, but he gets a swing on them, so gets credit for the environmental kills there. And honestly, he should, because it was his shatter that set it up for them. And then gets the charge kill. So, just absolutely massive Chad play outside of Euphoria.
Absolutely crazy play. Fighting Potatoes were in a huge disadvantage there. They got the play when they needed it, though, and that was big clutch play there from. I mean, we'll give credit to the Core. It's a good boop, but big credit to Euphoria here with that very Chad-like shatter, as you had said. So great performance there from the Potatoes. Both teams now jockeying here on Shrine. We see similar comps come out from both with that May McCree, actually Doomfist McCree, or Doomfist Reaper from the Fighting Potatoes, pardon me. Teams right now trading blows. Trolls already almost to his ultimate. Takanam Taz taken down Immortal. So 1 DPS down now for the Fighting Potatoes. And there's the Coalescence already for Trolls. Just so pops fast. It so fast. He's getting so much value here. Sneaky Kittens is almost up to her own Coalescence, but that extra pressure from the Moira is just too much. And Karma will take the first take here.
Can we get our stats department to just get a check on how fast Trolls is using his ultimate? Because I feel like as soon as he gets that ultimate, especially when it's the beginning of the map, as soon as he gets it, he just presses Q and turns the fight.
And I mean, honestly, it's a valid play if you're a Moira, because you grind up those Coalescences so fast. I feel like Trolls has had the Coalescence in his arsenal more often than he has not. Just outstanding play from Trolls throughout the match today. The wall comes in, cuts off that Coalescence, but Euphoria, oh my god, matching shatters, but Takanam's is first. And Takanam does get a massive shatty right when they needed it. Potatoes still drawing out this fight. It's not over yet, but it's going to be a tough one for them to take back here. Solitary Bird is demeched, and there's the rest of the damage. Potato's going to need to reset.
Yeah, a good early flank coming from the side of Immortal got Truth, but just that huge shatter. The rest of the 5 members of Karma pressing forward. Just say, Doomfist, you stay over there. We're going to deal with the rest of your team over here.
Karma, despite using Shatter, has almost 6 ults. Karma's in a great position right now. Potatoes are going to need to come up with some big plays here to spin this one back in their favor here on Shrine. The Diva Bomb comes out. And it does find Halvar. That's a big early kill. The Diva Bomb is answered by Kuchikopi. Does not find anything. Euphoria is down for the potatoes. Here comes the Doomfist Sculpt. And here comes Race FPV spinning to win on the point. Finds 3. Looking for a 4th with Kuchikopi. Oh, the beat drop invested late from the core. Maybe not the play that they needed there, but it does lock down the point. Honestly, I don't necessarily hate it because you keep it out of one fight territory for sure.
Yeah. And... I'm trying to get a little cute there, shattering the Doomfist as he lands, but Race was able to get into the backline there and just absolutely massacre everyone that Death Blossom and the rest of the Hellfire Shotguns, getting a 3K and just completely turning that fight.
Right now, Sneaky Kittens is the only ultimate for potatoes. Coalescence's match, but Diva is dropped right away. But Immortal finds Halvar and Saradogs. So they have no damage or no defense matrix for that ultimate, but Truth can't find anything with his Death Blossom, and the Fighting Potatoes are swinging their way through Karma right now. Truth is getting a lot of kills right now on that Reaper, but he is dropped by the core, and the Potatoes will continue to hold right now, 40% and ticking.
Yeah, Immortal with a very kind of cheeky positioning, and it looks like he's going to go back to it over here on this high ground. Observer can catch that real quick, but that's where he was last fight, and he just slams down in uppercuts and just absolutely decimated the backline, got Halvar down to about 20 HP, and then shot him with the shotgun knuckles or whatever his weapon is called.
Pushing into Euphoria
Does it
here.
again?
No, Immortal just so much value. He takes out both healers. Both healers.
The fight's over.
The fight's over. Yeah, it's just Immortal. My goodness.
Immortal.
It's just he has been playing out of his mind on this Doomfist today.
That fight was literally just Immortal versus Karma.
My goodness, Immortal playing.
He's gonna go back there a third time. They have to check it.
Are they going to though? They haven't checked it at all yet. Oh, and look at Race too. Race FPV doing the same thing. They're gonna take out their backline. They're looking to take out the backline again. Can they do it again? Oh, shatter! Euphoria answers the call again. Another one. A dominant performance by Euphoria here. Truth is taken down. It's a team kill. 5% left. Karma. This map is in the favor of the Fighting Potatoes.
A celebratory Death Blossom there at the end. And Potatoes, 2 maps in a row are now on match point. What an absolutely great turn. I don't know what happened to them at halftime. I don't know what Ski Free said to them at halftime. I wasn't there. But whatever you said to them, man, it worked.
Said to who? I didn't say anything to anyone. I just said, good job. Hey, good job. You guys can win this. And apparently I was right.
And that was the motivation they needed. They needed they're like Peter, was it Peter Pan Tinkerbell, one of those? You gotta believe.
You gotta believe, and that's what's happening right now. They are believing, and my goodness, it's Fighting Potatoes now on the cusp of taking this wild card match. Karma still in it though. We move now to a hybrid match, which again we've seen hybrid does play well into the strategies that Karma does bring to the table.
Yeah, definitely kind of favors them, but if we can see that kind of Doomfist play out of Immortal again, I don't know if Karma's got a shot on it, but it does depend on where they take this. And it looks like we are going to see... Are we going to see some changes on the side of Potatoes? They've been changing their roster every map. I would imagine, yep, they're going to put Death Knot in for Race FPV and Sneaky Kitten in for Shepvik.
Mm-hmm.
So again, rotating this roster around. The
DPS for Potatoes in general have been great, but I mean, we haven't given enough credit to the performance of Truth and Saradogs as well. The Truth has been playing very, very good on that Reaper, and Saradogs May has been the superior May when it's been played today.
Oh, definitely. I think that's why they wanted to switch over to something like the Reaper and Doomfist. Both of them can escape without assistance from something like a Zarya bubble. Anything like they just have their own escapes. So you don't necessarily have to worry about your diva eating the blizzard. That's usually a big thing if you're in these static compositions, like if you're on like a Kree May of your own or something like that, which obviously Kree's banned, but just give an example here, where you're stuck into this little ball. With this composition, they're much more mobile, they're much harder to pin down. And it looks like we are going to go to King's Row here. Very interesting pick. Out from Karma.
I This one is interesting because their May play has been good. It's been very good, but the Potatoes have also done really well in more brawly maps today. So
And there's so many places for Doomfist to come from, especially in that second Streets phase. There's a lot of angles.
Indeed, absolutely. So right now, checking to see if both teams are ready. I like Kings Row for both these teams. Actually, I feel like both these teams have different benefits from it. But again, I feel like that tank matchup between Takanam and Euphoria is the key here. We will see what happens the rest of the way here. What do you think? What do you think is the keys for each team here?
For Karma, it's dealing with the Doomfist, and to that end, I would like to see somebody swap over to the Brigitte, because you actually get double duty on the Doomfist. You bash him when he comes in, get him out of that. And when the Reaper is ulting, you can bash him and just disable the ult. He's done. He's bashed. He's stunned. No more Death Blossom. So I feel like that would be a good way for them to counter their composition. And on the side of Fighting Potatoes, they're already doing extremely well. I would actually like to see Immortal back onto the Zarya and bring in that kind of triple DPS lineup that they have, and bubble in the Doomfist as they go. And I know Immortal can't bubble himself in, so they had to have somebody else on the Doomfist. But I know Death Knot has a decent Doomfist. It could be serviceable.
It could be, but I think that I don't think we're going to see that here necessarily. We do see Solitary Bird in. He is the off tank, so we'll see what happens. Karma, again, looking to answer back here. 3-2 match point, playoff life on the line for Karma. Fighting Potatoes looking to seal this one up here on map 6, Kings Row. We will see what happens, what each team's come out with, and Potatoes will take the attack first. Potatoes look to be coming out on that Rein Zarya, and hey, look who's playing. It's Immortal, and he's on Doomfist.
I am so surprised right now.
Are you, though? Are you?
What I am surprised is that Halva sticking onto this Lucio. Not to say he's doing a bad job, he's doing a very excellent, huge fight-saving, fight-turning, beat drops tonight. So that is not. I'm not saying that he's doing a bad job at all, but I just feel like they'd be getting more value, and they'd be able to defend against what Fighting Potatoes is doing if they were able to swap to that Brigitte.
I know Real is in the lobby. Real, the coach for Karma, has been a great coach all season, getting this team to the playoffs here. We'll see if the coaching has paid off as Karma's fighting for their life here on Kings Row. The May wall is going to come out from Saradog, but it is successfully baited. And now Potatoes will be able to engage on them without the presence of a May wall. They roll out. Looks like they're going to be rolling the high ground here. Like the choice here, they're going to be enabling Death Knot to get a lot of value.
Yeah, I think they're going to wait for the speed amp to come, and then jump across here where you just saw Immortal. Let's see.
They're playing it very slow right now, and I mean, they're running a comp that wants to brawl.
They have the superior poke though. Death Knot on that Hanzo.
Exactly.
That's the only real.
And we see the dive in from Immortal looking for kills. Halvar is dropped there from the pressure from Immortal and Death Knot. One of the healers down for Karma, and now it's just a matter of time, I think, before. Oh, and the charge in deep from Euphoria. Oh, the shatter! Euphoria!
Unnecessary, but alpha shatter.
Euphoria is feeling it right now. You can tell the mojo is back there with Euphoria, and Potatoes will take point A.
And I think that shows that Potatoes having a good time. I can guarantee if we had their now, they're kind of laughing a little bit. They're screaming. They're like, yeah! Because that is just such a big move. What that does is, yes, that was an unnecessary and possible waste of a shadow. But it gets to the other right's head of, look how quick I built that.
Oh, and the punch onto, Karma's already so extremely low. We'll see if the aggression continues. Truth goes in, and Death Knot finds 3 with the Dragon Strike. Euphoria does fall, but doesn't matter. It doesn't really. The aggression from the Fighting Potatoes is insane right now.
That was 3 kills from a naked dragon. That is something that you just don't see.
It's just that so much aggression just leaves Karma on their heels. They can't react in time to all the pressure from all the angles that the Fighting Potatoes are putting onto them. And Fighting Potatoes are marching the cart.
Potatoes still have 3 ults. They're about to get a 4th.
It's a situation where the Potatoes are in very big control here. Immortal has that. We see the coalescence come out from both Moiras, keeping their teams up. Solitary Bird feeling a lot of pressure here. and he is going to be dropped down. But Immortal does take down Saradoc, and here comes this Meteor Strike. The Earth Shatter did come out from Takanam, got a lot of value as Truth cleans up most of the Fighting Potatoes, and here comes the ult from Truth. Truth trying to find a way to get Karma back into this, and Truth does clean up.
Halvar, finally, he's on the Brigida. I'm so happy.
They made the change now. We'll see if Immortal responds with a change. Nah, you know what? The Doomfist has worked. Let's see if they can do it. So 4 ults now for the Fighting Potatoes, 3 ults here for Karma, and Troll's going to run up that Coalescence here in the first 5 seconds like he usually does, it seems.
Yeah.
So
yeah, we're just expecting him to have
an aggressive beat drop.
Oh, that was so good!
Oh my goodness, look at the ultimates poured in from the Fighting Potatoes. So much aggression, and Solitary Bird finds 2. Takanam looking for kills here, takes down Euphoria, so the front line is gone, but it doesn't matter with Immortal in the fracas there on that Doomfist, finding so much value, and he does manage to clean up, and the Fighting Potatoes should be able to clean this or take this one the rest of the way.
That was such a good Shatter Bomb combo, and I think you're right. I think they do get this in just before they're able to make a recontest.
The recontest might come in here. Nope, Takanam will fall back, and Immortal does go in.
Immortal doesn't care. He's going in.
Immortal just looking for anything he can get here. It's so frustrating when you have a Doomfist who's getting so much pressure onto you. Truth extremely low, not yet taken down. The rally comes in, tons of armor onto that, tons of health. We see so much damage coming in now from Karma. The Coalescence from Shepvik trying to keep his team up, but Euphoria is down. Potatoes are going to need to answer without their front line. They haven't dropped anybody else yet. Core is extremely low and dropped by Trolls. And we see the Diva Bomb is being used by Kuchikopi. I don't know about that one. Trying to get her. Oh, and the Halvar dropped right away there. Meteor Strike used by Immortal to escape, but Karma now has to reset.
Yeah, and if I am the side of Fighting Potatoes here, I would like to see a swap from Solitary Bird onto the Zarya. I mentioned it earlier. You can bubble that Doomfist going in, because right now, if he tries to go in again, he's just going to get bashed.
Oh, the Earth Shatter from Takanam trying to find a way to will Karma back into this. But Euphoria answers, and with his own Earth Shatter, followed by the Dragon Strike from Death Knot. Fighting Potatoes all combo together, and they get the team kill. They'll be able to push this thing to last fight territory for the Karma. Fighting Potatoes trying to push their way into the quarterfinals here in the Harmony tier bracket right now.
Yeah. But on the side of Karma, we are going to have a Death Blossom. Trolls, of course, another Coalescence, and the big Blizzard. Let's see if Saradoc can get value like he's been able to get this night.
It's going to be a huge Blizzard here. Coalescence from Trolls leads the way in. Lots of damage coming out. We expect to see that Blizzard from Saradoc any moment now. Solitary Bird is frozen. Truth does put out the Death Blossom, takes down Immortal. Euphoria diving deep into Karma. Takanam taking down, and the double kill off the Flame Strike. Euphoria with an Earth Shatter. We see a Diva Bomb coming in from Solitary Bird. Finds 3! Oh! And Karma falls as the Fighting Potatoes take it with 2 minutes and 34 seconds on the clock.
Solitary Bird with the second massive bomb of the map and a huge 2 minute and 34 second time bank. Now, we do see most teams do finish King's Row from what we've seen, but not with that much time. It's usually less than a minute in most cases. So something like that is just an absolute, it can be a really big mental boom outside of like, oh man, we've got to match that now.
Karma has to answer the call here. Fighting Potatoes come in with a huge push, just trying to end it here. I know chat's streaming for a map 7, maybe even a map 8. But
yeah, we got Needle saying map 8 or Riot.
Fighting Potatoes don't want that. As a reminder for everyone who wasn't here last season, the Harmony tier finals between the Holy Jalapenos and Undead Battery did go to a map 8. I also casted that one, and somehow I survived. Well,
that's been the story for Potatoes all year long. If I'm not mistaken, they had the match against Comets that was paused on Havana and then replayed again later.
That's true.
Went to map 5 and oh my goodness.
Fighting Potatoes like the drama. Let's put it that way.
They do.
Like
they
drama.
live for it.
So you never know with the Fighting Potatoes, but Karma has a tall task ahead of them. We'll see how the Potatoes answer. They're sticking with what's been working all night, and Karma again answers with a similar comp. They are not running the Brigida. They're back still on the Lucio and the Moira. Oh my gosh, so many of them dropped so low from a hail of arrows from Death Knot. And look at Immortal just diving in, knocking the entirety of their team up. But Truth is the truth. Four. Huge plays there from Truth, enabling Karma to the quick capture. Karma is not going to go down without a fight.
Truth. My goodness, man. Ease up a little bit. These people have families.
He is the truth on that one. Fighting Potatoes do not get any bad spawns. They should be able to get up here with a relatively early hold, which will be good for them. But Karma is in control right now. No ults yet, because that was such a quick fight.
Yeah, the closest one, of course, Trolls. Like he has been all night.
Oh, of course, Trolls again. He's brought very low, and they see lots of great poke damage in here from the Potatoes. Karma's having to peel back a lot. I think that poke damage has been enabling Trolls a lot as well, though. Oh, yeah. Death Knot finds the critical pick. And look at the aggression. Potatoes recognizing. They know immediately. Oh, Death Knot with the Dragon Strike, and Immortal as well. The Doomfist and the Hanzo so strong right now. Truth does take down Death Knot, so there will be a need for a slight reset here from the Potatoes, but Karma is needing a full reset.
Core's going to go back and taxi the Hanzo, get him back a little bit faster. But that does mean that now there's only 4 members of the Fighting Potatoes, so they are going to have to give up some room. Probably back around to that last corner is where they're going to want to take this fight. But Karma isn't going to let them.
No, look at the aggression here. Oh, the great punch from Immortal, actually, to stop Takedom in his tracks. The Earth Shatter is blocked by Takedom onto Euphoria. Oh, and look at all the ults coming in from Karma. They're trying to will their way back into this. They haven't been able to just yet, but Takedom finds Euphoria. They traded out Reinhardt's right now. Meteor Strike in from Immortal, looking for kills, and he doesn't find any, but he's going to punch his way back out of it, and all this pressure. Oh, Death Knot with a big kill onto Halvar. And yeah, the Fighting Potatoes, they find a way. They're going to be pushing back Karma.
Yeah, Karma just does not have an answer right now for Immortal. And they finally figured that out, I guess. They took a break on the second and third map where they were like, hey, Immortal, you know that thing you were doing on the first map? Yeah, let's go back to that.
Let's go back to that again, right? Oh, great work here from both teams. We'll see what happens here as we push to the very end. Oh, the Earth Shatter comes out from Takedom, does not find anything. Euphoria with a great block. Here comes the Graviton Surge from Kuchikopi, and all the damage now coming in onto the Fighting Potatoes. They're going to be able to push them back, and Karma looks to be in position now to take point 2 with a good time bank in their favor right now. Still 3 minutes and 30 seconds.
Yeah, they're going to cap this point, and then with the added time bank, they're going to have about 5 minutes, give or take. They probably should get a third person on this card just to cap it a little bit faster, because it doesn't look like there's going to be a recontest.
No, yeah, Karma has 4 minutes 39 seconds here. It should be, barring a crazy push here from Karma, it's probably going to be a very similar time banks if they manage to take this one, but we'll see how it goes down here. The Diva Bomb comes in from Solitary Bird. They don't find anything, but the pressure from Immortal finds Halvar again. Halvar is not having a pleasant time with Immortal right now, and Takedom just decides he doesn't want to play anymore and just charges into the pit.
But yeah, these bombs from Solitary Bird, they're not really designed to get kills in that situation. That is designed to be just force Karma into them, where Immortal is just waiting with a charged up death gauntlet.
It's enabled the team so much. These bombs have been. They haven't pulled off any shatter bombs or anything like that, but it's been enabling the aggression from Immortal and Death Knot. Oh, Solitary Bird is demeched early though, and the Blizzard comes out right away. Then it's going to be tough for tough for the Fighting Potatoes now. And Truth into the back line of Fighting Potatoes. Truth is the truth once again. Immortal does manage to sneak his way out somehow. I don't know how he did that.
Wow.
But he did. My goodness.
Yeah, excellent Blizzard splitting off the team, and then they just kind of took the 2 separate fights.
Fighting Potatoes will be able to get a full reset here. And they do have ults to answer. Coalescence expected to come out from Trolls in just a moment here. There it is. And Takedom finds the core with that sound barrier. That's a massive early kill. Oh, and Takedom with an Earth Shatter. But Death Knot answers. Death Knot answers with the Dragon Strike, taking down 2. Solitary Bird is demeched. But Immortal, Death Knot finds 2 more! Death Knot, the MVP candidate from the Fighting Potatoes, again on that Hanzo. Just such a threat, such a force. Maybe this hasn't been his best game, but my goodness. pops off when he needs to.
How many Dragon Strike kills has he had in the last 2 maps?
It's been just timely use of Dragon Strike, it seems, every time. The ultimate use from Fighting Potatoes has actually been nicely restrained. And I think
They're not even being comboed either.
No, they're leading the economy. Oh, Solitary Bird, though, taken down. And the Graviton Surge comes out along with an Earth Shatter from Euphoria. Shepvik takes out Kuchikopi. Takanam does have that sound barrier and is pushed deep into Fighting Potatoes. But Euphoria answers with a charge of his own. Karma is brought extremely low, and Immortal takes down Truth. Euphoria is frozen down. Oh no! Immortal finds Takanam in the middle of his ultimate, and Takanam loses the Earth Shatter with 2 minutes left. That's a tough situation now for Karma.
That is very unfortunate. And I think it looked like, I didn't have a great angle, but it looked like Taki got booped up into the air. I don't know if it was a Doomfist uppercut or a Lucio boop that put him airborne a little bit, extended that time for the hammer down, and they were able to kill him while he was in the middle of that hammer down.
The big kill is exactly what they needed. Ult economy right now is about even. Bird's about to get his self-destruct. We'll see 3 ults from either side. And the one consistency is, again, a great Blizzard. But Solitary Bird's going to answer with a bomb. It doesn't find anything, but it does force the Karma to have to push back. Oh, but Karma right now is answering. But the shatter from Euphoria! Again, Euphoria finding such big shatters, but he has taken down 5 members of Karma pushing this cart right now. They're going to need big plays from the Fighting Potatoes. Shepvik is dropped. It's just the DPS left. Solitary Bird gets back onto the cart. The DPS for Fighting Potatoes looking for opportunities, looking for ways to spin this one back in their favor, but it's going to be tough. At this point, they need some big plays right now. Euphoria dives into the cart. He cannot find anything yet. Lots of damage being poured in on Euphoria. Shepvik has popped that Coalescence, trying to find a way to get it going, but Takedon pops the ult. Truth pops the ult as well, and with 40 seconds left, rounded up to a minute, Karma takes the point.
Yeah. So Karma, their playoff hopes are still alive. They were able to cap with a little bit of time left, 40-some odd seconds, you said, and so they are going to get a second push here, and if it's anything like their first attack, they are going to cap this one, which they have to. If they don't get at least a tick, then at best this map is drawable for them. But with a huge, almost 3-minute time bank on the side of the Fighting Potatoes, you have to think that they're going to cap and at least get, 2/3, 3/4 of the way through the Streets phase, if not capping that second point. So you really need to have a strong push.
Karma needs a huge push right now. We will see what happens here for Karma. They did get that first push initially. Saradog Truth on the Reaper got into the backline so quickly and just did so much damage, and Truth is back on that Reaper again. The question, I guess, on the hand of the Potatoes is, how do you answer that Reaper? It's been causing a huge problem for you this map.
And it looks like it's going to be Immortal on the May. That is going to be the answer that they're looking for.
I love it. Honestly, I think that's a great choice. I know the Doomfist has been working out well for them. And it looks like Saradog maybe taking a little bit of a page out of the Potatoes book.
We're flipping here. But this May is such a strong tool defensively. Can really just stall out the point. Can prevent people from moving in. Can ice walk on the point to stall.
And they haven't showed a May most of the night. So
no,
I feel
they're
like
not expecting this at all.
I feel like they won't be expecting the May wall here, and that could be very big.
Yeah, they're gonna push
there
in.
It is. Oh, and that's gonna be huge. Can they take down Takanam in this time? They're gonna need to.
No!
Oh, Takanam finds Core. That's an unexpected, horrible situation for the Fighting Potatoes, losing one of their healers. They're gonna need to try to stabilize here, down one healer, and Immortal.
That's huge.
That's a massive kill onto Halvar, and it forces Karma to have to reset. Immortal makes the play again when the Potatoes need it most. He could set up for another May wall here. Oh, and he does.
Oh, God.
Oh,
there's the charge mystery again.
But they managed to break the May wall quickly. Euphoria brought extremely low for the Potatoes, and he's taken down. So the Potatoes right now on their heels without their main take at the front line. The wall separates out Takanam again from his team. The May wall is down, but Saradog giving Immortal a taste of his own medicine on that Doomfist. And look at the pressure coming out from Truth. Truth again on that Reaper. So much damage, so much pressure on the Fighting Potatoes. Oh, Shepvik uses the Coalescence there.
I don't know about that one.
I don't think that's the play. You wanted that Coalescence for the next fight. They're going to regret using that one.
Yeah, because guess who does have their Coalescence?
I mean,
again.
He gets it every fight. I mean, what does it matter here, So Fighting Potatoes go into this next fight. The ult economy is not in their favor at all. We see 5 ults coming up here for Karma with Halvar.
Everybody's 60% or more.
Exactly. Karma's in a great position here for a potentially extensive push. So Fighting Potatoes are going to need to find a way to answer. They're going to need to rely on a great Dragon Strike from Death Knot and a Shatter from Euphoria in order to pull this one off. It's going to come down to that for them. Look at Truth. Truth looking for the... Oh, the Earth Shatter is canceled for both sides, it looks like. Dragon Strike puts pressure onto the cart, forcing Karma to have to peel back. Coalescence comes in now, force Trolls, putting tons of pressure onto Fighting Potatoes, and they're forced back. Oh, Solitary Bird finds the eat. That's a huge eat, but it doesn't matter. There's just too much damage on the potatoes. They're going to need to reset.
Yeah, and I want to shout out Halvar in that fight. Usually a dragon on that kind of the gateway choke there, the archway choke there, death sentence with that dragon arrow. But the beat allows them to have enough HP to stay on the cart, even though it's overtime. That wick burns down.
And Sarah Dog finds a 4K on that one, just answering back. Says, hey, Immortal, I can play a little Doomfist too. I'm not so bad.
Looks like we're going to see a showdown here.
It's Doomfist showdown. Truth finding Immortal, getting a little greedy. Here comes the Diva Bomb.
And the charge.
And the charge. Oh, but they can't get the kill off it. A very aggressive play. And Truth finds 2, taking down Death Knot and Sheptik. Oh, and the Earth Shatter as well. Karma with an incredible push here on King's Row. Just pushing the potatoes back, answering back with that 1-minute time bank. And potatoes will cap, and they'll need to reset again. Karma is just pushing this one incredibly right now. Got 2 points on this one on that 1-minute time bank. Absolutely incredible pushing so far.
Oh, big job taking out Immortal there.
Sarah Dog finding Immortal. Sarah Dog just answering back onto Immortal right now.
What in chat?
Sarah Dog on that Doomfist. My goodness. Just trying to push back. And Karma with an insane push now with a 1-minute time bank. They're in a situation they still have ults to go. They could get a full pull here.
Sheptik is low. Sheptik's low.
Oh, it's a disaster if you're a Potatoes fan right now. The Earth Shatter from Euphoria finds a bunch of them, but Truth with an ult spinning to win on the point. My goodness.
They can do this.
Karma could do this. They're in a great position right now. And Karma will do it.
They did it.
An incredible push from Karma.
Oh my goodness. Karma.
Wow.
Where was that the first round?
Karma with an insane push. Wow, unexpected on that one.
Although possibly predicted, we do have Needle in chat saying, okay, 6-6 draw now.
It is not impossible here, guys. Not impossible. You know what? I'd take a 9-9 at this point. Let's see it happen here, guys.
Oh, God.
So Fighting Potatoes.
You're the play-by-play. That's going to be more on you.
Fighting Potatoes are going to be in a tough situation here. They have 2 minutes 52 seconds, so they have more time bank to work with. But a full push in overtime is not easy.
No, at some point you are, even if you win every fight, at some point you are going to be in overtime during this push, which means if you lose the fight or you're even pushed off of the cart for a second or two, you're done. You have to have, as soon as it hits overtime, you have to have a perfect match, which Karma did. They lost the opening fight.
And it looks like Sarah Dog is staying on the Doomfist. Sarah's riding that Doomfist high right now, and we'll see how the Fighting Potatoes answer back here.
What I would give to be in Karma's chat right now, or at least during that final push. That had to be insane. That
must have been hype as can be. We'll see if the Potatoes can answer the hype here as well. 2 minutes and 52 seconds on the clock. And we'll see what they can do. Fighting Potatoes taking the high ground yet again, heading through the theater there, trying to find the first opening they can get. Looks like they're going to apply the high ground pressure here from Death Knot on that Hanzo. And Karma not giving any
rotation this time.
Yeah, great rotation. Just basically saying you're going to fight on our terms. You're fighting on the point and nowhere else. But you see Death Knot on that high ground going to be able to pour in a lot of damage, completely uncontested right now. And Immortal finds his way into the back line of Karma, looking for value, hasn't found it yet. Solitary Bird dropped very low for Fighting Potatoes. So is Euphoria. The front line being damaged significantly, but Death Knot finding kills. Same with Immortal as well. Halvar is taken down. They've lost one of their healers. They're going to be put back on their heels. And Immortal finding the punches again for the Potatoes. Every time it seems Immortal is coming through on this Doomfist, answering back Saradogh's impressive Doomfist performance of their own, and with 1 minute 30 seconds, they will get this push. They'll still have room to lose a fight if they need to.
Yeah, but Halvar now making the swap again back to the Brigida, gonna deal with this Doomfist. We saw Truth was able to kind of scare off Immortal a little bit with the Reaper, and with Saradog being on the Doomfist themselves, you don't need to worry about them because Sarah's in the back line already.
And Trolls already has that Coalescence back up. We see Coalescences will be dealt out from both teams. We see Coalescence now from Trolls. Euphoria got stuck off on his own and is dropped. This might be the fight that they were going to lose here, and yet it looks like they're going to be pulling back. Saradog dropped low on a very aggressive play. Meteor Strike used by Immortal on the cart. Doesn't find any targets, and Potatoes are going to need to reset with both their DPS dropping. Unfortunate situation there for the Potatoes.
Karma being super aggressive, pushing all the way up to their spawn doors, and this is such a strong choke win here. I'd like to see Karma actually back up a little bit and play in the archway, but it looks like they want to show who's boss.
They do. They are pushing up deep into the Potatoes territory here. Great answer from Karma on this map here when it all seemed to be out of their favor. The shatter from Euphoria. Beat is dropped by Fighting Potatoes as well, recognizing they need to win this fight in order to get this cart moving in the right direction. Dragon Strike invested from Death Knot as well, but Karma is going to be able to answer here. Look at the ults coming up for Karma.
But a big stall on Truth, and that's going to put this time bank pretty much into overtime.
No. Immortals caught out. The last thing they needed, if you're a Potatoes fan. If Euphoria is going deep into the Karma front line here.
If they can get Kuchi, though, that's
a great kill by Euphoria. They needed that one badly. And Karma right now is on their heels. Fighting Potatoes pushing. They're halfway through point 2 with the overtime wick ticking. But Karma has 4 ultimates in their favor. Potatoes are going to need to answer this one. It's going to be challenging with all the ult economy heavily in the favor of Karma.
Yeah, and they're going to get a fight here before the second point caps. They know where they are. They're the Hanzo arrow, the Sonic arrow. Scouts out the 3-0 hanging out on the side.
And here comes the Coalescence. The Diva Bomb is dropped in by Solitary Bird. Can't find anything. And here comes the ult from Truth. Truth finds Death Knot and Shepvik.
We're doing it!
3 kills. Karma looks to be in a situation where they have this one in the bag. Immortal trying to swing this one back in their favor. He is on his own at this point, and he cannot do it. Team kill.
Map 7.
Map 7. Karma takes down Fighting Potatoes on King's Row.
Oh my goodness. Saradog with the God swap onto the Doomfist just absolutely took control of that map, but we are going to see a play of the game here from Truth. And it's going to be that 4K from the very first. This felt like an hour ago.
It seems like so long ago. This map has gone on forever. I think I think my kid just turned 7. They just turned 6 about a month ago. So What an incredible match, incredible map there. We will now go to map 7 and see what happens. Potatoes, it's an interesting situation. This is it, guys. This is it. I'm excited. I love this. This has been a ton of fun so far.
But as we've seen, both control maps have favored the Potatoes.
It's true. So, this isn't control. This is this is
my bad.
So this
my
is
bad.
Escort.
Yeah, we're going to Escort. But as we saw from the Escort map, also fairly one-sided for the Potatoes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, in history now 7-2 this season are the Fighting Potatoes. What was Karma's record in Escort again?
Not great, but I will get you the exact number.
Sure.
3-4, so not terrible.
Not terrible.
Not great.
Yeah, so it's not been their best map. So we're seeing
Sneaky now 3-5 actually since they lost the.
Seeing Sneaky Kittens coming in for core for this one here, and we'll see what map they go with on the Escort. So we do have the option between Dorado and as well as Rialto. Or no, sorry, Dorado and Watchpoint Gibraltar. So both maps, again, very open space. I think it'll be interesting to see which map they end up picking. They haven't done really any Dorado, I don't think, this season. The Potatoes have. Oh, they choose Dorado.
They're going to.
All right, then. There we go. So we will see what happens on Dorado. What's the record for either team on these?
Potatoes have not played Dorado at all this season, and Karma is only 0-1.
All right.
So between the two of them, one map on Dorado.
All right, so we will see what happens here. Looks like I said, Sneaky Kitten is coming in for the core. No subs again for Karma, running that 6-man roster. Guys, map 7, everything rides now on Dorado. And Fighting Potatoes again will lead off on the attack first.
Yeah.
It's an exciting map 7 here. We got a barn burner for our first match of the playoffs.
Yeah, can I get some 7s in the chat? Looks like everybody beat me.
There's the 7s. We got the 7s.
There's the 7s.
All right, it's gonna be anyone's match here.
This is how you open up the playoffs season.
The poll is going in the chat right now. Who is taking this one? It's neck and neck. Anybody's story here. We will see what it comes down to. Race FPV coming in for Death Knot. We've seen Race play awesome so far on Echo throughout the night. That could be a critical thing here for the Fighting Potatoes. We'll see if that's what they go with. Both teams ready on the map 7.
I would have loved to see the Echo Doomfist actually combination. That would be an absolutely devastating dive. You sticky bomb slam in. That kills any 200 HP hero.
It's true. It's going to be an insane map 7. I'm so excited for this one. Everything is on the line here for these teams. It's everything you could ask for as a caster, except for the fact that my throat might be a little sore tomorrow.
Yeah, and it looks like right now the poll 6-6. Nobody knows who's going to take this.
Nobody knows who's going to take it. Nobody. Who's going to take it? It's completely up in the air, and I feel like honestly, it kind of is.
It is.
It is. It really is. I mean, it's Escort has been a bread and butter for the Potatoes. We do see honestly the two heroes I think that make the most sense for the Fighting Potatoes here is definitely going to be the Doomfist.
Is this real?
On the Junkrat. That's interesting. Honest, you know what? Giving them a different look. I don't ever hate things like this. You're trying new things, and we're going to see kind of a spam double shield comp now for. This is interesting. This is a look we haven't seen from Karma yet. We will see if this. I mean, you know what? This map here, you can get a lot of value with some early spam. That appears to be what they're going with. But it's worth noting, Race FPV is on the Echo, which this comp has a hard time.
They're going to need to do an early rotation over to Fountain. As soon as that thing starts turning that second corner, they need to start rotating and set up, because if they can spam into that archway choke, that's where they're going to get the most value.
And no rotation as of yet. Lots of damage being poured in from Fighting Potatoes. The shield are broken and they are rotating. Death Knot in on the punch, trying to take Halvar down on that Doomfist, and he is down as Solitary Bird jumps up to help finish them off. Chef Vic and Euphoria brought low, but with one of the healers down, they're trying to isolate out Trolls. Trolls extremely low, not down as of yet, but Truth finds Race in an unexpected Junkrat versus Echo kill. Truth finding 2 now on the Junkrat, taking down Immortal. No DPS left, but only one healer left for Karma. It's going to make it tough to hold. It's anybody's fight here. Oh, Junkrat tires already in. The Earth Shatter comes out, and Euphoria bites the dust from that rip tire from Truth. Truth is the truth, as I have said all night, and he is finding great value on that Junkrat so far.
Yeah, they weren't ready for this at all. They haven't shown anything.
They haven't shown anything like this, and the Potatoes are really.
I love it
right now.
I love this change.
It's a surprise look, something they haven't seen. Karma doing a great job at making an adjustment. We'll see if the Potatoes can adjust as well into this double shield comp. Here comes the Coalescence from Sneaky Kittens. The bongos come out as well from Takanam, and here comes the damage from Truth. Truth, so much damage on that Junkrat, pouring in everything on there, and just too much for the Potatoes to handle. That spam has just been brutal.
And he's almost got another Riptire. But yeah, that bongo with the spam coming out from Junkrat with the AoE, the splash damage, the mines, it's devastating. He's already, like I said, he's on his second tire. Race and Immortal still not up to their first ultimates yet.
It's been tough for the
lapping
Fighting Potatoes to get through this gap here. Here comes another Rip Tire from Truth, trying to find... He's still looking for kills. It hasn't been taken down yet. Oh, but so many kills now coming in, but the ult pouring in from both sides right now. Race has switched over to that Sigma. Saradog has found lots of kills. The kills are still being exchanged. It's not over yet, but Karma is falling now, and Takanom is the last bastion on the cart and is dropped. Karma looks to potentially... Are they going to set up? No, they are going to let this point go in the favor of Potatoes, able to take point A.
And they are going to switch up this comp. We're seeing wholesale swaps. Everybody. They've reset their entire economy.
They reset the entire team. That's a big strategy here. The alt economy is now... Oh, and Halvar very low already. Immortal went in deep, got a little bit of damage onto Halvar, and Race just finished the job. That poke damage has been so strong from the Fighting Potatoes all night. And Immortal on that Doomfist, clutch as always. Race putting in more damage on that Echo. And Echo has just been very challenging for Karma to deal with. The tanks bashing their heads into each other, battling deep, and Immortal dropped, unfortunately, but Euphoria! Woo! Earth Shatter from Euphoria is enough just on its own to sweep through Karma. Coalescence used as well, but really, it was already in play, so I can't criticize it.
It's Coalescence.
Yeah, it's Coalescence, whatever. It'll be up next fight. It's how it goes.
Yeah.
Right, Sneaky and Trolls both playing excellently tonight. It has been an insane match so far. Fighting Potatoes riding their way to point 2 here in this one. The match point. Euphoria goes with the charge, but Trolls takes him down. The bomb is invested from Solitary Bird, doesn't find anything, but Immortal finding the healers, finds the Truth as well. Immortal doing so much on this Doomfist has been crazy throughout the night. He is one of the only forces on the point, and he's still putting up a fight. And he takes down Takanom. Race and Immortal doing so much, but Immortal, he's the only one left on the point. But here comes Euphoria. Euphoria back on.
Reinforcements have arrived.
But just as Immortal falls, here comes Euphoria trying to swing his hammer and swing the Potatoes back into this one.
This fight is absolutely insane. But reinforcements coming in from both sides now. You got the Warrior coming in, you got
Euphoria
the Diva.
caught out, maybe a little too aggressive. Soft reset probably needed there, and they are resetting now completely. Race is on the high ground, putting some damage. Oh, but Truth gets caught out. Karma can get aggressive, Potatoes can get aggressive here, and they do. Race takes down Saradog as well. There's no DPS left for Karma. And here comes the damage pouring in from the Fighting Potatoes. The Coalescence invested from Seeky Kittens. DPS are respawning, but they're not in yet. Immortal looking for the kills, gets the punch onto Trolls, but can't finish the job. Meteor Strike is now invested. Here comes the sound barrier in from Halvar. Truth ults as well, but is stunned out. Immortal looking for damage is taken very low and dropped by Trolls Coalescence. Trolls with yet another Coalescence doing all the work. And Takanom swings his hammer through the front line of the Fighting Potatoes. Takes down 3, and the Fighting Potatoes are forced to reset.
Wow. A lot to unpack there, but even though they lost the fight, a big shout out to Shepvik on that. He's got a good amount of discipline, saving his beat, not getting aggressive with it, saving it for the grab, knowing that, hey, they've got a big combo set up, waits till they get grab, waits a little bit longer, beats, and then saves the entire team.
It's the battle of the Earth Shatters on this fight. It's the last fight for the Fighting Potatoes to try to take point B here. Takanom versus Euphoria. It's the match we've been watching all night. Euphoria with the block on Takanom. Euphoria answers with his own Shatter, but he doesn't find anything with it as well with the block. But now Race FPV on the Reinhardt as well. We see the Reinhardts being traded back and forth, but Truth again with a huge plays on the Reaper that we have seen throughout the night takes down the DPS for Fighting Potatoes. And Immortal trying to find kills, but he cannot. And Truth spinning his way through the Fighting Potatoes, and it looks like Karma's going to be able to get a point B hold, which is massive on this one. And it doesn't look like they're going to be able to recontest.
That's going to do it. They can't touch.
They can't. My goodness, Karma with a great hold. Fighting Potatoes very much on the ropes here on Dorado.
And an excellent job I thought when they got those 2 early picks that Fighting Potatoes was going to be able to push it in there. An excellent job backing up from the Coalescence, backing around the corner, staying alive, stalling out just long enough for your reinforcements to come in, taking the 6v6 and pushing it right back in their faces. What what an excellent controlling discipline on the side of Karma. Most times in that situation, you're like, oh man, we're down 2. Okay, everybody just rush cart, die cart, stall it out as long as we can, and we'll take it on point C. But
it's definitely not over here for either team. You know, Karma does have a pretty short distance to push, but we all know how Dorado can be. So we'll see what happens here. And look, you know, maybe Race got a solid little something there. And look who's on the Echo now.
Yet another hero.
Unexpected to see Immortal on the Echo here. I did not see that coming.
But appreciated.
You know, and we see Race on the Junkrat. I love the switches here. I love to change it up. You know, you got to find a way to get maybe some new value, some new interesting plays here, and just see what can happen. You know, they don't have a lot of room for error in this match, but we've seen it's, you know, point A on Dorado. There's so many point A holds. That choke is very hard to break.
Yeah, and especially with the Junkrat, as we saw, spamming down that corridor, with now an Echo in tow, spamming Sticky Bomb, spamming Photon Blast. I don't know what her main attack is called.
Try-shot.
Yeah, Tri-shot. Spamming the Tri-shot down in there.
Immortal's already 30% to a duplicate.
Rotation,
The quick rotation is the play here for sure. You got to get back quick. Get that Junkrat plenty of opportunity to spam his way through that choke here, and he is. That shield from Takanam is already taking a ton of damage. We see the dive in from Saradog looking for kills. Solitary Bird brought low and out of the mech. That's a huge push there in for Karma, and Euphoria is dropped as well. Karma, such a focused push, takes down Shefvik as well. Potatoes are going to need to reset very quickly.
Yeah, but it looks like that's going to be the point A cap already. They're not going to be able to come in for a recontest, so they're going to have 5.5 minutes that they have to hold point B.
A great situation for Karma right now. Fighting Potatoes very much in a tough spot now. The ult economy is heavily in the favor of Karma here. Are they going to take an early fight? I feel like you have to if you're in. Saradog brought low. Let's see if they get aggressive off that. I think that's the play here. Let's see if they end up going that way.
You don't want to get too aggressive though, because the spawn is right there, so you kind of want to just that corner where they're at. They're doing an excellent job.
Yep, they're doing a great job right now. Looking for any opportunities, any chances for that splash damage to get in there. So much poke. Coalescence is being exchanged by both teams here. We're looking for other pokes out, and we see the we see the duplicate come out from Immortal on the Reinhardt. He gets a shatter right away, but he's dropped. The copy is taken down right away, and the Earth Shatter is used by Takanam, but blocked by Euphoria. And again, another block from Takanam. Both Reinhardts pushing on each other. Oh, the beat is just too late to save Bird and Race. And here comes the Meteor Strike. The Space Jam comes in, and Karma is about to push their way to the quarterfinals here. They have one more corner to go. Potatoes they're going to be able to answer, but it's going to be a desperation touch here. I don't know if they can get there in time.
They might be able to get there. I think, yeah, the D.Va should be able to touch just barely. And they're going to have a tire coming in.
They're going to have a tire. The tire needs to be huge from Race.
Oh,
it does. The beat drop cancels it out. However, Karma is pushing onto the card or on it. Oh, they're 3-7 meters away. My goodness, they got too close.
Karma's gonna do it.
Oh, the Earth Shatter from Takanam finds several.
Karma's gonna do it.
And Karma is in control. And Karma with another team kill will take their way to the quarterfinals.
Okay, so everybody's bracket's just done, right?
I wouldn't say that. There was a lot. Karma, I mean, was not. There was definitely an upset, but Karma is a game team, and my goodness, what a great match between both teams. Came down to the absolute wire.
Insane! Look at that shatter. That was huge.
Amazing.
That was a nuts game.
I cannot believe it. Both teams played excellently throughout the night. You hate to see the Potatoes go, but you got to respect Karma. Just an amazing play throughout the night. There's so many great players who played in this map. Obviously, Immortal, Race, Euphoria, all played insane. Truth. I mean,
everybody had a moment. Everybody had a moment.
It's just everybody had their individual moments throughout the night. It's tough to even sit here and imagine who could you possibly say would be the MVP on this one. I don't even know who would you say, if any. It's almost impossible to come up with one.
Tacky, huge shatters all night. Same thing with Euphoria. Trolls building up ultimates super quickly. Halvar, that big beat at the end against the tire, securing the point. Kichikopi, some absolutely massive grabs. Saradog, the swap to the Doomfist, absolutely huge. Race, excellent job on every hero that he played tonight. Solidarity Burn, huge bombs. Immortal, huge play on the Doomfist. Death Knot, picking off people left and right on the Hanzo. I mean, just I know I'm forgetting some of the names here, but just everybody had a moment tonight. You can go back and watch the VOD and do. People that didn't even watch the match, people that tuned in late, go back and watch this.
Go back and watch this. It's worthwhile. It was quite a match from both teams. My goodness. Again, you hate to see the loss for the Potatoes. Their season ends tonight, but Karma, they will advance next week. They got a tough matchup coming up ahead against the number 2 seed, and that is Modify. So we will see what happens on that one.
That's going to be rough.
That's going to be rough. That's going to be a tough match, but hey, they handled the Potatoes tonight. They can do it again. So great work from both teams. Very impressive match. And kudos to both of them for getting this far.
Absolutely.
Congratulations to Karma again. Thank you again, Vol, for joining me on this 7-map journey. It's been fun.
Thanks for having me.
It's been fun. And special thanks as well to Cavalier, who's been watching this match for the past 2.5 hours and enjoying it with the rest of us. But for everybody here in the Tranquility community, for Vol, for Cavalier, we appreciate you tuning in. Be sure to tune in tomorrow. We have a great match between Venomous and Corvidity. Should be a lot of fun in the Transcendence tier. But good luck in everybody who's playing tomorrow, and we will see you guys tomorrow night.